Welcome to the exclusive 2016 coverage of the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. Now, here's the Eye Care Institute pregame report. Let's head out to the field and join John Spears, Tony Burke, and Jim Brinkman.
Hello again, everyone, from Brother Thomas More Stadium on the campus of St. Xavier High School. John Spears, Tony Burke, and Jim Brinkman, along with Todd Powers, welcoming you to another night of St. X Tiger playoff football. Tonight, the Tigers return home for a rematch with Class 6A Region 3 Power Manual. And, Tony, what we begin tonight is a 2-week round-robin of district play, PRP at Mayo, Manual at St. X.
It does, John, and both teams won big. All four teams won very convincingly last week. So come in here tonight with just a neighborhood type of game, Manual and St. X, to move on. And both teams, I think, really feel good about themselves coming in here tonight. And it's what you said. You know what? You lose, you go home. You win, you move on. Plain and simple.
Tonight, because of conflicts with the radio stations, if you're listening to us, you're also watching on the internet, stx.com/broadcast. And, of course, if you're listening on radio, you can't hear me tell you that, so you're already on the broadcast. But we will be here throughout the night as always. And, Tony, it's a St. X win first time around 5 weeks ago, 28-12. They sort of manhandled Manual early in that game, and the Crimsons just couldn't get anything going offensively.
They didn't, John. And the one thing about that was the Tigers play, it was senior night, and the Tigers played a lot of guys late. Manual had trouble moving the football during the game. They were 2.8 yards a rush for the game, and they only ran for 79 yards. In their pass plays, they all went basically to Jalen Carter. He caught 9 passes for 120 yards, and Manual's offense is predicated on running the football, so the Tigers know, hey, we got to make sure Jalen Carter doesn't catch the ball down the field, and we got to stop the running game. Tigers, I thought in that game, convincingly won that game. Manual got in it late because St. X played a lot of guys, but I think if you would have gone over, Coach Carmody, he'd have told you, we were pretty much manhandled. He said it in the paper. 28 straight times the Tigers have beaten the Crimsons.
And it was one of only 2 losses by the Crimsons. The other was against the Male Bulldogs. And, Tony, it's a very talented football team, and they like to run the football. They kind of got out of that genre the first time these two teams play. They threw it a lot more than they normally do. They want to line up and run right over you.
Yeah, they'll line 3 guys up in the backfield in an eye, and they'll run straight forward. They feel like their offensive line can handle most teams, but St. X's defensive line played phenomenally in that game. Opened up the linebackers. They did a great job of making plays, but it helped the linebackers to make their plays. And Manual has 5 guys that basically have run for over 300 yards. So you look at that, they're 9-2, impressive, but they have not got past the second round of the playoffs for years now.
Offensively in that game, St. X, Desmond Ritter, only 7 of 17 through the air, but he ran the ball for 85 yards and 3 touchdowns. And he and Sam Taylor just kept the Manual defense off balance most of the night.
They did, John. Desmond Ritter averaged 6.5 yards a carry, and Sam Taylor was 1 yard from going for 100 yards, and he averaged 5.8. So those 2 guys carried the load. They've carried it all year long, plain and simple. I mean, you know what? You give me the 2 of the best players on the field, I'm going to use them too. So I know Coach Carmody said it in the paper too. He feels like you have to stop Desmond Ritter because he's the monster that runs the offense. But Sam Taylor and Desmond Ritter have been a 2-headed monster all year long.
Coach Will Wolford's St. X team now 8-3 after the win over Muhlenberg County last week. A running clock. Manual with a huge win on the road last week at Henderson County. And we talk about this district all year, Tony. We expected PRP to be at Mayo tonight. We expected Manual to be right here at St. X.
And we both expect 2 good games tonight, too. We expect a really close game here. And me and you saw PRP. I've seen them twice. I saw them play Trinity, and I saw them play St. X. They ran the gauntlet, and then Mayo put them away late. And I think it was a wore-out PRP team over there. So, it doesn't matter where you're seated at this point of the year. It's who's ready to play, who comes out, and who moves on.
Yeah, PRP, we're talking about in the before we started the pregame, the Panthers may be the best 7-4 team in the state.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt that they are. That's a talented football team over there.
And we will take a break, come back. There are a lot of interesting games around the state tonight involving Jefferson County teams, local teams, and we will look at all those and get Tony Burke's predictions when we return. We are about 15 minutes away from kickoff, round 2 of the 6A Kentucky High School playoffs. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Internet Network.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissig. Thank you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Bissig Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissig.com. The Bissig Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Does a Caribbean cruise sound like your kind of getaway? Are you dreaming of a relaxing weekend in the mountains? Whatever your style, Knights Travel is a full-service agency that can meet all your travel planning needs. Whether it's for business or pleasure, call St. X alum Lou Conkling or Kaylin Ryback. They'll get you there at a great low cost. Call Kaylin at 292-4749 or Lou at 292-4750. Fly by Nights, it's the best way to travel.
Hey, St. X fans! Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Back at Brother Thomas More Stadium, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, Todd Powers closing in on kickoff round 2 of the 6A playoffs. A lot of other action involving local teams tonight. Tony, let's start in 1A where Holy Cross has a monumental task ahead of them. They're down at Beechwood tonight. Beechwood with a ton of championships in the 1A level. The Cross 7-4, Beechwood 10-1. Who you got?
It's Beechwood. In A ball, that's the big time team.
In 2A, Washington County travels to Christian Academy for a rematch. Washington County with a big upset last week. They're 3-8, going to Cal, who's 10-1. Cal wins that one probably easily again, as they did against Washington County the first time. I
agree with you, John.
And DeSales at Glasgow. Here's an interesting game. 9-2, the Colts. Their only losses, well, one was to Cal, the other was to, I believe, Fern Creek. And they go on the road to take on Glasgow, who's 8-2. I guess they had a rain out in there somewhere, but they're 8-2. That's a tough assignment for Coach Harold Davis's team.
It is, John, but, we've seen the Colts year in, year out. Coach Davis does a great job, and they'll win that football game. I don't think there's anything that will keep the Colts and the Centurions from meeting up again.
Boyle County in 3A is at Central against the Yellow Jackets. Boyle County 7-4. If PRP is the best 7-4 team, Central's got to be the best 6-5 team in the state.
Yeah, John. You know what? Nobody plays a tougher schedule than Coach Scroggins does at Central. And, Central is not the Central they've been the last few years, but when they play up in competition, when it comes this time of year, they're a tough out, and we know that.
A couple of 5A matchups tonight. Doss, who had the big home win against Highlands last week, they're 6-5. They're on the road tonight at Covington Catholic, who's 8-3.
A Doss team that's very, very good and with athletes all over the place. But that team, Covington Catholic, I've watched their scores all year long. That is a really good football team. I'll have to go Cov Cath there.
Dixie Heights from Northern Kentucky, 6-5. They're coming down. Is the Creek rising? Fern Creek's 9-2, a quiet 9-2.
It's Creek.
It's the Creek. That's plain and simple. And, of course, the games we're most interested in, 6A. We'll start on the other side of the bracket. Ballard, 8-3. They're a 2 seed there at Central Hardin, who's also 8-3. Should be a good one.
It should be, but I'd say Ballard's going to win that game, and I think Ballard will win it convincingly. I think that's really a good Ballard team. I looked at their record, who they've lost to, and, they lost to Emmanuel in a close game. They were beaten bad by Trinity, and I don't even remember who a good team. Ballard's the second-best team in that bracket besides for Trinity.
Eastern third-place team went on the road and won last week, 5-6, and they have to go to Trinity tonight, take on the 11-0 Shamrock.
They're going to be flip-flopped this week because Trinity's going to put it to them, and I don't think it will be close.
And the game we'll definitely be keeping tabs on tonight. Let's get your official pick. PRP 7-4, Male 9-2.
You know, Male, I think Male's going to pull it out, but I'm expecting, and I'm usually wrong, but
well, of course.
I expect a close football game over there. And if Male's not ready to play, they're going to be in a dogfight over there with PRP.
So make your bets now based on the Tony Burke predictions.
That means I should pick Manuel.
Obviously, go the other way with anything he says. St. X and Manuel. Manuel now meeting in the end zone. Tigers have gone back to the locker room. We're about 9.5 minutes away from kickoff. We come back, we'll hear from the head coach of the Tigers, Will Wolford. You're listening to St. X and watching St. X High School football via live sportscaster on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving this winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a Train and nearly impossible to beat up to 48 months special financing from DFH on the industry's most reliable comfort systems from Train. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details. No more excuses. Call DFH 968-6222. Online DFHcompany.com.
The Courier-Journal's Thanksgiving newspaper will be stuffed with savings and will be available the day before Thanksgiving this year. The early edition, stuffed with Black Friday sale inserts, high-dollar savings, and the season's best gift ideas, will go on sale at retailers in Jefferson County, Clarksville, Jeffersonville, and New Albany on Wednesday, November 23rd. Get a jump on your holiday shopping and pick up the early edition of the Thanksgiving Courier-Journal.
I'm Chris Burke, former major leaguer and St. X class of 1998. I'm Pat Lampton, chief engineer at NASA and member of St. X class of 1983.
My name is Carl Ellsworth, screenwriter of The New Gremlins, and I'm also a member of St. X's class of 1990.
Whether it's launching series-winning home runs or vessels bound for outer space, successful careers take off at St. X High School. Visit stx.com to learn more. St. X, this is where you start.
For over 20 years, Signs Now has been Metro Louisville's go-to source for custom signs and banners. Vehicle lettering, trade show displays, lighted signs, you name it. We deliver durable, high-impact graphics and quick, affordable service. Signs Now is the choice for all your signage needs. Want proof? Just ask the Bissig Impact Group. We're their official sign provider. For more information, call 502-491-8180 or visit us online at signsnow.com.
Planning an event for thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production and creative design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is filled with unique props, linens, dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman closing in on kickoff between the St. X Tigers and the Manual Crimsons here in round 2 of the 6A playoffs. I'm joined by the head coach of the Tigers, Will Wolford. First, let's talk about the playoff format. What is your view? Because if everybody gets in, then PRP beats McCracken County and advances this week.
Right.
But there are also 150 or so running clock games.
Yeah, what's your view? They're the only exception that if they do change it, that game would not have happened, which would be a shame. But whatever they change it to, I'm all for. I don't like everyone getting in. I don't like 5 rounds. If you want to let the top 3 get in and the teams get a bye, that's fine. Or if you just want the top 2, I'm okay with that as well. I think it's kind of ridiculous that everyone makes it. And the Muhlenberg County game it wasn't a lot of fun. I mean, it was nice that all the kids got to play and whatnot, but I don't think it was fun for them or anybody else involved.
A big win last week. You're undefeated at home. Is that a factor this week and hopefully next week?
I believe so.
Just your guys knowing that they can play well in this facility.
Well, this game is going to be a tough one. Manual's very talented. They're very good. They're playing good ball since we played them last. They played Mail to the last possession. They had a chance to win it. They threw a pick for a touchdown. We'll take every advantage we can get, and certainly playing at home for us has been pretty big so far this year.
You kind of know what you're going to get with Manual. Jalen Carter, I would think they're going to try to get the ball to him more than they did last time you played. But other than that, they're going to run it at you, and you got to stop it.
They have a couple kids. One, their offensive line is big. I mean, they average well over 300 pounds, and they're physical. Teague, number 6, the running back, also plays linebacker. He's big and can certainly run it. But Jalen Carter, he's a game breaker. If he's in motion coming anywhere into the backfield, they're probably going to try to get him the ball, and they'll certainly throw it up in the air to him. He's 6'2", 200-something pounds, and was the second fastest man in Kentucky last year as a junior on the track team. This year he's got a chance to win that.
You got it. You got to on them early the first time. Obviously, that'd be a key if you could do that again. Kind of took them out of their rhythm. Is the first quarter the key to this football game?
It sure would be nice to get a fast start, no question. But regardless of what happens, we're all in to play, each and every single play and do whatever it takes to survive in advance. We know they're a tough opponent.
Have you changed anything up offensively? It's been a whole lot of Sam and a whole lot of Dez, and that's been very good for you. Is that the plan again this week?
Sure. I mean, we're not going to change much. They're not going to change much. Most time teams don't. You do what you do to get you where you're at, and we're going to continue to run the football. Now, do we have a couple different plays that we've been working on? Sure, but they don't win you the game. If you can run and stop the run, that wins you the game.
You've told me how good this Manual team is. I'm sure you've impressed it upon your team this week, who could be sitting in the back thinking, we beat the snot out of them last time.
Well, all I do is turn on the film and let them watch it because, we played well, but we hardly played perfect at all. Matter of fact, there was points in the game we played very ugly. Turned the ball over. We gave up some big plays against. And I'm like, watch them individually. I mean, they're really good. And it didn't take much convincing for the guys to kind of get their heads out of the clouds. Anybody back or anybody out that the listener needs to know about? Oh, well, we're pretty healthy for the most part. Metzmeyer's back at running back, but Will Ginter's probably out. He's been battling an ankle for a while. Other than that, I'm real happy where we're at health-wise. Are we banged up? Sure, but it's football season. We're in week 12. I don't think anybody feels 100% at this point on any team. But all things considered, we're very healthy. Joe Lyons played in Cincinnati, played last week. He's back to being Joe Lyons again? Very close. I mean, there's no doubt the knee bothers him, but he's a tough kid and gets it out. Coach, good luck tonight. Thank you. Head Coach Will Wolford will be back with kickoff. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Eye Care
Interview
Institute
with the head ball
report.
coach.
Stay right here for live play-by-play coverage of tonight's big game on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy.
When you're not cheering on your favorite team and you're ready to tackle that large job or weekend project, Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment you need. From hand tools to excavators, we've got you covered. And with more than 525 locations, we're sure to have one convenient to you. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or contractor, you can rely on the experts at Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for a location nearest you. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Ty getting ready for kickoff here between the Tigers and the Crimsons in playoff round 2. Let's go down to Jim Brinkman, who's there for the coin toss. Jimmy?
Yeah, the Manual Crimsons won the toss, and they have elected to receive, try to get that offense going early against the Tiger defense. Guys, from the weather-wise, the wind has definitely picked up here on the field. The American flag is standing straight out here on Veterans Day.
Yeah, Veterans Day, very important. We didn't mention it in the Eye Care Institute pregame report, but a nice little ceremony here at St. X. And see a veteran this weekend or any military service member, thank them for their service. In my opinion, most important holiday for human beings that we have as Veterans Day.
Yeah, John, and we work with a lot of people who are veterans in our jobs, and you have to salute the people and the guys that are over there right now. So always think of those guys. That's why we're out here playing. These kids get to play football tonight while we're on the air. It's because of the freedom that we have. But we're getting ready for football here tonight in a big game here in the second round of the playoffs.
Manual did win the toss, but they deferred, so they will kick it away here to start the game. Cameron Garrett goes deep for the Tigers.
And what color are we wearing, John?
We are all black tonight. I don't see that very often. Black jerseys, the newest ensemble piece for the Tigers with the green numerals, gold trim. Really fun numbers for us to try to decipher from this far away. Manual in their road white uniforms, red pants, with the traditional Ram helmet. And they call him Legatron. Nicholas Kopp will kick it away towards the school building with the scoreboard to his back. And we are ready here in round 2 of the playoffs. Kick is up. It is high. It is short. Coming up to take it is Cameron Garrett at about the 8. Up the left hash mark. Cuts outside. He's hit at the 22, fights his way out to about the 25-yard line. The Tigers will start there, 1st and 10. Desmond Ritter, co-captain tonight, along with Sam Taylor, Jake Taylor, and Kyle Robinson. Those were the Tiger co-captains. 6'4", 190-pound senior. And he sends 2 receivers to the right. Cameron Garrett to the left. That's the short side of the field. Blinko and Taylor in the backfield with Dez. Takes the snap. Fake it to Sam. Rolling right. Wants to throw. Does throw high and deep. Has a man, and he got turned around and could not get back to the football. That was Michael Meredith, who was behind the defender, Tony, Keon Ferris.
Well, what they did is they showed the handoff to Sam Taylor. Desmond Ritter goes a bootleg, and he's being chased. He had some room maybe. I don't know if he can outrun him, but he has to throw it off the run and kind of got a sidearm throw, and the ball tailed away from Meredith and couldn't get there.
So 2nd and 10. And Manuel did go right after Sam Taylor on the play action. Now in motion is Ben Seeger from right to left. Fake it to him, give it to Sam, hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for maybe a half yard, no more. Graham Overstreet, defensive end, first man there for the Crimsons, will be 3rd and long for the Tigers.
Well, nice job by the Crimson front, getting a good push in there. And the first time these two teams played, Manuel's defensive line played really well early, and then I think the Tigers got their feet under them and really got going. So 3rd and long, first possession of the game for the Tigers.
3rd down, might as well say 10. It's about 9.5. Rolling right is Ritter. Pressure comes from both ways. Stops, throws over the head of Seeger and out of bounds. Would have had a 1st down, but just overshot him, and 3 and out for the Tigers, and they'll kick into they will kick with a stiff wind.
Well, they rolled Desmond Ritter out to the right. Crimsons came with the blitz from the outside. Actually, Sam Taylor picked it up, but Desmond Ritter's ball sails into the St. X bench. So 3 and out for the Tigers, and Coach Carmody and the Crimsons have to like that to start the football game.
Zach Collins in to kick it away. Bryce Cosby, Jalen Carter deep for the Rams. No pressure. High, short kick. Fair catch called by Cosby, and he catches it as he's falling backward at the 41-yard line. 34-yard kick and no return, and the Crimsons will start with 11:06 to go here in the first quarter.
Well, John, just great field position to start for the Crimsons, and they'll come out. And one thing they want to do, and we know it, they want to run the football, but if they throw it, they only throw it to one guy, and that's Jalen Carter, who's caught almost every yard. There's no other receiver that's caught 100 yards for these Crimsons.
William Britt, the senior quarterback, 11 of 20 with an interception in the first meeting between these two. He brings Carter in the backfield behind him in the shotgun formation. He'll hand it to Carter right up the middle, hit and dropped short of the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a pair. Jack Daly came through from his linebacker slot and made the hit. It's Max Willinger, Kyle Robinson, Ryan Adams up front for the Tiger defense. Washburn, Simpson, Daly, and Cronk are the linebackers. The corners are Weiss and Jake Taylor. Mullaby and Jacob Stouffer are the safeties. 2nd down and 12 after the loss. This time Carter is split wide to the right. Only receiver in the pattern. 3-man I backfield. They give it to the 3rd guy through. Fights his way to the 40. Still going to the 45. Falls forward to about the 46. A little short of it. That was Marcus Floyd, the junior. Solid 7 yards there to bring up a 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, it's just a three-man eye, and the Crimsons run forward, and they get a push. Looks like Tigers had them stopped there, and the Crimsons got a real nice push from big number 70, Todd Laird.
Third down, we'll call it 6. Ball's just across the 45. Britt.
St. X is offsides.
And a whistle, and the Tigers are offsides. Yeah, you can see it from up here. I think Chandler Simpson was going to blitz, and that'll make third and 6 into a 3rd and 1. Boy, you can't do that.
Well, that's just a mental error, and actually it was Braden Washburn who was lined up offside over here on the right side. I saw it right off. I think the coach just told him to back up, but it was too late then after they set themselves. So 3rd and 6 becomes 3rd and 1 here on the first drive for the Crimson. Then Wyatt Smock will come in at nose tackle, and the Tigers go to 4-down linemen.
And 3 defensive backs here. Marcus Floyd's the deep man. Riley is the front man. And Teague, who gets the carry out of this 2-hole, has a first down easily. Crosses the 45 of the Tigers, and he's dropped there. Stouffer, Washburn, and Jake Taylor in on the tackle. And this is exactly what the Crimsons want to do, is run the football and keep control of that football and run the clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And that 3rd and 1 is just going to be a hard football up front. 3rd and 6, they might have to do more, but good field position at the 44 of St. X for the Crimsons of Manual.
2 receivers to the right, Carter wide to the left. Shotgun formation. Bad snap, it's on the ground, bounces right back up to Britt. He's going to run. Now he throws late, incomplete, over the head of his intended receiver, Bryce Cosby. Mullaby was closest man for the Tigers, but a fortunate bounce there for the Crimsons as it came right back up to William Britt.
Well, a fortunate and lucky bounce that bounces. Boy, that could have been disastrous for Britt, but then he overthrows his receiver, and Mullaby, who was actually coming over to make a tackle, if he looks up, he might have an opportunity to catch the football.
2nd down and 10. 1 receiver each way. Empty backfield. Britt's going to run it all the way here. Started left, right. Now he runs back to the left. And again, the Manual offensive line getting some push down about the 41. Ryan Adams and Max Willinger come off the bottom of the pile. It's a gain of about 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Willinger was there. He got a hold of him and pulled him down backwards, and he got help from Ryan Adams. So Tigers do a nice job. And what the Crimsons did, they tried to spread out the Tigers, and then Britt tried to run the ball and hold a quarterback draw. But like you said, in a passing situation, I saw what the Tigers did right there. Where Jalen Carter is, they had a corner over there, and the safety is rolling over there. They're almost playing double coverage, and I think you'll see it right here.
Marcus Floyd wide to the right. Carter and Britt actually come wide to the left. Bryce Cosby's in at quarterback. Scott Carmody didn't like it. Timeout Manual, 8:29 to go. Scoreless first quarter. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hey, St. X fans. Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Back at St. X on 3rd down. Rolling right is Britt. Tried to get it to Jalen Carter on the Manual sideline, but well overshot and good coverage, Tony. As you mentioned, 2 guys out there with Carter. Taylor was the closest.
Yeah, the Tigers have decided, it looks like, that Jalen Carter's not going to beat him deep. They're going to have 2 guys anywhere he goes.
Will Sissel comes in to kick it away. Tigers with 8 at the line of scrimmage. Good snap. Looking for the Coffin corner here. He kicks it toward the St. X sideline. It bounces right at the 14 and goes out of bounds a little bit inside of that. Brewer Cahalan was deep for the Tigers. 8:17 to go here in the first quarter. Jim Brinkman, up here, it's very windy. What's it like down there?
Well, you can tell that the first 4 passes of this game have just sailed. The 2 into the wind basically died from Desmond Ritter, and the 2 that Britt threw, went way over the heads of their receivers. It's a factor.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Blitz coming. Ritter rolls to the left, now cuts back inside and is dropped right at the line of scrimmage at the 13 for no gain. The right play was called there because it certainly looked like Manuel was coming from the from the right side of Ritter, and he ran to the left.
Well, they brought the safety on a blitz from back there. They're not very deep anyway, and they were bringing the safety on a flat blitz. And you know what? St. X earlier in the year ran that play where he stopped and threw the football.
2nd and 10, 3 receivers in the pattern. Now Seeger in motion from right to left. They fake it to him, wanting to throw. Quick throw. Garrett's got it, and boy, he does a great job of hanging on to it as Bryce Cosby hit him hard. Slow to get up and ask him to come out as Cameron Garrett, but what a job to hang on to that football at the 31. It's a gain of 18.
And Desmond Ritter put some zip on that one. He was going down the middle of the field, and Bryce Cosby, the Ball State defensive back commitment, put the big hit on him, and what a catch by Cameron Garrett.
So Matthew Smith will come in for Garrett. He's wide to the left with Meredith. Seeger in motion. They hand it to Ben, running left. Gets a block from Blinko outside, but he's hit from behind and brought down. Terrific pursuit that time. John Sneed, defensive end, came all the way across the field and limited Seeger to a gain of a yard.
Well, it looks like Coach Carmody and the Crimsons are deciding when they think it's a running play, they're bringing everybody. So if they get caught in the wrong spot, it could be a big play for the Tigers.
2nd and 9, 4 in the pattern here. The lone setback is Taylor. Quick throw to the left, dropped by Matthew Smith. A little bit behind him, hit immediately by Marcus Floyd. They'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Well, if Manuel's going to, if they're going to put everybody up, Tigers are going to have to throw it some. But what that does, too, what I was trying to say is if they move everybody up and you get Sam Taylor through there, there's not going to be anybody on that second line of defense. So Manuel mixing up their defenses very well.
Cameron Garrett back in the lineup on 3rd and 9. Blitz comes. Dez steps up, rolls to the right. Has time, now throws late, and it's incomplete and nearly intercepted by Cosby. Meredith, Michael Meredith was the intended receiver, and the Tigers will have to kick it away.
So Tigers move the ball a little bit on the nice catch by Garrett, and now the Crimsons will stop them. The Tigers will have to punt it away for the second time tonight. 6:44 left here in the first half. No score from St. X High School as Zach Collins comes on the punt it away for the second time.
Again, Carter and Cosby deep for the Crimsons, and again, no rush here. Tigers should foul that one away. This one bounces at the 37, goes sideways to the 35, now rolls inside the 30. It'll be down at the 28-yard line. 39-yard kick for Zach Collins and no return, so a little flip of the field on those first 2 possessions.
Yeah, Tigers they move their Crimsons back a little bit into their own territory. Kind of like we talked about it a couple weeks ago at Cincinnati Center. Kind of like a big heavyweight prize fight here where both teams are kind of feeling each other out and seeing what's going to work. So second possession for the Crimsons. They will start at their own 28-yard line.
And William Britt back in at quarterback, under center this time. The lone setback is Marcus Floyd. Riley in motion to the right. Quick throw to the right to Carter. They want to get it in his hands, and they do. He's across the 30, across the 40, and pushed out of bounds. First down for Manuel. And finally, Jack Daly, able to chase Jalen Carter out of bounds, but not until he gets 13 yards to the 41.
And that's basically a running play to Jalen Carter. You talked about it earlier. They want the ball in number 11's hands, and that's a good way to get it out there. And, he's fast, he's got good size, and he makes a nice run out to the 41-yard line.
6:14, clock continues to run here in a scoreless first quarter. PRP strikes first. They lead Male 3-0 over at the old Durrett campus. 1st and 10 for Manuel, thrown 41. Offset eye in the backfield. Pitch to Floyd, running left, stumbles, tripped, gets that way from one man, and now finally Jacob Stouffer will bring him back down a yard shy of the line of scrimmage. Washburn there to help as well. It's a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11.
And Washburn was the guy that blew the play up originally. He got into the backfield and messed the sweep up. Now Floyd does a good job of trying to bounce it, but boy, the St. X secondary comes flying up to make the tackle, and a loss of 1 on the play.
This football weather, Tony, we're in the 50s. It's a little windy, but boy, what a great night for football. 2 receivers to the right. Two tight ends in the game here on 2nd and long. Play action. Throw. Tipped at the line of scrimmage. I think Ryan Adams may have gotten a hand on it, and it fluttered over the head of Andrew Teague. It'll be 3rd and long.
And another ball that kind of takes off, and I don't know if that was tipped or whatever, but every pass so far, besides for the one out to Carter into the flat, it has sailed on William Britt. So Tiger defense in a spot, 3rd and 11 for the Crimson. 5:15 left first quarter, no score.
Scott Carmody will bring in an extra receiver. That's Terrence Ballard. He goes wide to the left. That's the short side. Cosby to the right. Carter slotted that way. Shotgun for Britt, and he's got Marcus Floyd back there with him. Rolling right. Pressure coming from the opposite side by Washburn, and he's got him and brings him down right at the line of scrimmage. Boy, Braden Washburn, and a late flag
Going to be a personal foul on Manuel for a late hit.
But Daly was celebrating as well. But, boy, Braden Washburn looked like he was shot out of a cannon, Tony.
Well, the reason Daly was celebrating, because one of the Crimsons took a shot at him after the end of the play. And besides for St. X getting a stop here, it should be 15 yards against the Crimsons.
And it was an after-the-play penalty, so it'll still be 4th down. And the Crimsons, who were on the 41, will in all likelihood be backed up to about the 26-yard line.
And, you know, Coach Carmody talked about it, John, in the paper. Penalties last time were big against them, and it's just one that you can't have in a game like this. And I call them selfish penalties because you're not helping your team. You're doing something for yourself. That play was way over when that play happened. That wasn't one at the end of it. And now the Tigers should get better field position after this punt.
Sissel back in to kick it away. Brewer Cahalan. Deep again for the Tigers, and you point out maybe too deep.
He's about 45 yards back there, isn't he?
Now Sissel will kick it from about his own 15, and Cahalan's back at the Tiger 30. That's 55
the
yards.
coaches are moving him up. Not much, though.
Not much, though. Good snap. Sissel gets it out of there. Boy, took a long time, but got it out of there. Cahalan takes it to 37, slips out of one tackle, crosses the 40, about the 41. And the Tigers will start with pretty good field position at their own 41 with 4:39 left here in the opening quarter. It is scoreless. So the two teams, Tony, obviously trying to just feel each other out here.
Yeah, John, and it's what it looks like, but both defenses looking pretty good early. You know, one thing you don't want to do in a game like this is make a mistake. Penalties and mistakes can cost you football games, and you don't get a chance to come back the next week. So Tigers take over at their own 40, 4:39 left, first quarter.
Cub Cath with an early 24-0 lead over Doss.
Are we on TV, John? We having a TV time?
Midway in the second quarter. Oh, they're giving me time to talk about St. X Open House, which is this Sunday, noon to 4. 7th, 8th graders and parents all invited to come out and experience what St. X is all about. In motion is Cahalan. They'll give it to Sam. Only his second carry of the game, and he lowers the boom on the linebacker Riley, then runs over Cosby and has the first down across midfield. Gain of 11 and a first down for the Tigers.
They ran my play. Run the motion, man. Stick it in there, pull it out, let Sam Taylor, let everybody get on their box.
Quickly to the line. Tigers wasting no time. Sam again up the middle, has room to the 45. Flag comes out in the area of holding, got down to the 42-yard line before he's brought down, a gain of 7, but I think that one's coming back.
The Tigers went quickly right there and starting to walk backwards, and 9 out of 10 times that flag falls right there. It's going to be a hold, and that's what it is on the Tigers.
St. X's freshman football coach, 10-0 Rob Schweitzer, will join me at halftime to talk about this weekend's St. X Open House. So stay online for that conversation.
How's he going to work the clock?
It's going to be tough. They move it all the way back to the 39 of St. X, so a huge penalty there. Brings up second and very long, about 22. Ritter looks to the sideline. Taylor in motion to the right to put 3 receivers on that side. Little bubble screen to Sam. He crosses the 40, makes one man miss to the 43 and not much more. We'll give him 4 on the play. Bunch of Crimsons rally to the tackle, and that'll bring up 3rd and long. Under 4 minutes to go here in a scoreless first quarter. That'll bring up 2nd and long. Tony with the hand signals. Thank you. 2 receivers each way. Now in motion from right to left, Sam Taylor. Fake it to him on the jet sweep. They want to throw it, and it's dropped right in the middle of the field. Mac Blinko had a shot at it, and really the only man near him was John Sneed. Mac makes one move there, and he's going to have a big gainer.
And I think what happened there was the pressure came on Desmond quickly, and he threw it maybe a little quicker than Blinko was ready. Should have caught the ball. I'm not making excuses for him, but I don't think maybe he was ready to catch the football, and it was right on him.
3rd and 18, 4 receivers in the pattern. 4-man front for the Crimsons. Tigers all look to the sideline now to see if the play has changed. This is the one time it looks like the Crimsons are not going to blitz. They do not. Des with the quarterback draw, running to the right. Cuts inside at the 50, 45, 40. Fights his way for a first down and has it all the way down to the 35-yard line. 22 yards on 3rd and 18.
Well, the mistake the Crimsons made is they took their safeties and they moved them out to the outside. And when Desmond Ritter got through that first wave on that quarterback draw, there was no safeties. And Desmond Ritter with a great run, and the Tigers on 3rd and long take the ball down to the manual 35.
2 to the left, 1 to the right on first down. Taylor and Blanco in the backfield. Fake it to Sam. Play action. Looking deep. In trouble. Now throws it deep. Has a man down there. It is juggled and dropped. Terrific play by Bryce Cosby, who got a hand in on Garrett. Garrett touched it first, but Cosby knocked it out of there.
Wow, just, if you're watching the game with us, so you see that play, and boy, a good throw by Desmond Ritter. And 2 Crimsons back there with Cameron Garrett, and the ball gets bobbled. It's one of those ones that you hope just goes in your guy's hand, but it doesn't.
1 to the left, 2 to the right here on 2nd and 10. In motion is Cahalan from right to left. Give it to Sam, up the gut. Hit by Riley, and another Crimson.
Ball carried by Sam Taylor.
That is Graham Overstreet, the defensive end, who made first contact. Sam got to about the 33, gain of a couple. Bring up 3rd and 8.
Just straight ahead by the Tigers, and Tigers have the good field position, and you can see it on your screen. No score here, but the Tigers with their first chance in good field position at the Crimson 33.
3 receivers stacked to the left. And Blinko leaning that way as well. Garrett to the right. Des looks to throw, pulls it down, running to the right. He's got room around the right end. 30, 25, 20. Gets a block, cuts back inside at the 10. He's going to score. Brewer Cahalan gave him a great block at the 10-yard line. And it's a 33-yard touchdown run for Desmond Ritter. He ran for 3 in the first meeting, and he's run for 1 early here tonight.
Well, it wasn't a design run, but Desmond looks down the field, and when he breaks the pocket and the pressure, the only guy chasing him was the big guy, Sean Pleasant, and Pleasant wasn't going to catch him. And well, he did what you want your guy to do. He waited for Cahalan to throw the block, stepped in behind him, and the Cincinnati commit, Desmond Ritter, goes in for the first score of the night.
Cahalan, who threw the block, will hold now for Owen Johnson. Kick is up and through. 7-0 Tigers. 2:22 to go here in the first quarter. We'll keep it right here. I want to thank our friends from Live Sportscaster for stepping up tonight. Tim Bryan, Matt McCarthy in the booth with us, and it's a great service, Tony.
It is, and if I go back and watch it, it's done top notch, high definition. Great job by those guys.
Jim Brinkman, Des Ritter killed the Crimsons with his feet in the first meeting, and he put a little shot on them there as well.
Yeah, you mentioned that Sean Pleasant was the only one that was close to him. There was no way Sean Pleasant was catching him. One thing that I did notice was that Marcus Floyd, the starting tailback, was actually in at safety, and so that's who Brewer threw the block on. And, like I said, Des did a really good job reading the block and going in, and 7-0 Tigers.
And, Tony, it's so important when your wide receivers get out on a play like that and block people.
They've done a great job all year blocking.
Owen Johnson kicks it away. Boy, he missed this one. No. High and short, and it's taken by Cosby. Fumbles it, picks it back up at the 15, down the right sideline, cuts back inside across the 30, and dropped it about the 34-yard line. Yeah, I think you're right, although...
No, it's blowing. It just keeps changing.
It's a swirling wind. You're just not sure which way. If you look at the baseball field, it looks like he had to win. If you look at the flags on top of the goalpost, he doesn't have to win.
And that ball went up and then came down. It didn't keep going. It came straight down. And actually, Cosby almost knelt down because he was trying to catch the ball down by his feet. But Crimsons will take over in their third possession of the night from the 34-yard line.
Brett's still in there, quarterback. Riley, who's the linebacker, in at fullback. And Marcus Floyd on the back of the eye. Now late entry is Andre Teague as the Crimsons were 1 short. He'll be in the slot to the right along with Carter that way.
I think it's a run.
That's the short side. Now Teague in motion to the left. Britt will give it to Floyd. Off right tackle. Has some room. Hit and brought down. I believe that was
Andrew
Ewell's getting off the bottom of the pile out to the 40. A gain of about 6 on first down, and that's what the Crimsons want to do. It's a fine line because you want to get your best player of the football, Jalen Carter, but you also want to let that offensive line do what it does best.
Well, it's what they've done all year. They've run the football, and you can't go away from it. And, you know, if you're the Tigers, you know, watch 11 if the ball goes in the air, but you got to win that battle up front.
Second down and 4. The lone setback is Marcus Floyd. In motion is Teague from right to left, and they give it to Floyd on the delay running left. Cuts outside, has some room across the 45, hit from behind as he crosses midfield, and brought down. Chandler Simpson, Braden Washburn combined for the tackle, but not until he gets to the 48-yard line of St. X and a first down for the Crimsons.
Well, it's a counter sweep where they show like they're going right, and then everybody pulls and they get out in front of them, and a nice job by the Crimson offense to get a hat on a hat and get the ball down to the St. X 48-yard line. 11-10 left here, first quarter. Tigers lead 7-0.
PRP now leads Male 10-0 over on the Durham campus late first quarter.
And I think I said 11-10. One minute left here in the first quarter.
Hey, Steve Beckman in the house. Must have left the gates open. Cosby now in at quarterback, and a shotgun and a whistle before the snap, and a delay of game against the Crimsons. Cosby was in at quarterback. Jalen Carter was behind him in the backfield.
Well, just one of those penalties that just kills you. We talk about it every week. 5 yards does not sound like much, but when you get it on first down, it sure changes your play calling.
Cosby will stay in at quarterback. They're in the pistol. Carter behind him. He likes to run it out of this. They give it to Carter. Cuts outside to the right. Cuts it back inside. He's hit at the 50. Fights off a tackle and is inside the 45-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds by Malaby and Jake Taylor. Hard running for Jalen Carter. Got down to about the 44-yard line.
Well, you're not going to get Jalen Carter down going in and throwing a shoulder into him. You got to wrap his legs and get him to the ground. So a nice gain on first down for the Crimsons of about 9.
About 9.
Yeah, about 9.
Second down and 6. Ball at the Tiger 44. Now Britt back in at quarterback, and he's got that 3-man eye behind him. Riley, Teague, and Floyd. Give it to Teague. Second man through. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Bounces off of it. Fighting his way forward about the 41 or the 30, the 41-yard line. It'll bring up third and short. Spot it right at the 41 to bring up 3rd and 3.
Well, there's some big old boys on that offensive line for Manuel, and if they get on you and do a good job, they can run the football. But the St. X front is quick. That's what they have to use tonight.
First quarter will run out. And we are 12 minutes of football in here. It's 7-0 St. X. Take a break. Second quarter on the way. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Imagine flipping in the air on the Super Quad Bungee, running across the Big Baller Obstacle Course, or conquering Brutus the Mechanical Bull. Christian family owned and operated, Louisville Inflatables specializes in school and church functions, festivals, and city fairs, offering inflatables of all shapes and sizes while being clean, safe, insured, and state inspected. Stop imagining and call 502-379-0876 or book online at LouisvilleInflatables.com, where laughter adds to life. Louisville Inflatables.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving another winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on new Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a train. Visit trainbiggame.com for your chance to win a $2,000 rebate. Call DFH 968-6222 for details, or visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. DFH.
You're listening to the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Coverage.
Next high school football on 790 WKRD Louisville, an iHeart radio station.
Second quarter underway here at St. X. John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, Todd Powers. And Manuel on 3rd and 3 right up the middle with Andrew Teague. Easy for me to say. And he gets about 5 for the first down. So the Crimson's 1st and 10 at the Tiger 36, trailing 7-0. Running to the right is Cosby, tripped up. Nice play by Jake Taylor, came up from his corner spot. That time Cosby looked like he was going to run left, cut back to the right, got to the 33 for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Well, he shows the handoff to Jalen Carter going left, and he just takes off right. It's a set play. It's kind of a funky-looking play because it doesn't look like that's what he's trying to do, but that's the set call, and Jake Taylor stays at home from his cornerback spot and makes the tackle. So Tigers lead this thing 7-0. Manuel moving the football.
One receiver each way on 2nd and 7. Now Carter comes into the backfield with Cosby. Give it to Carter. Started inside. Now he comes back to the left and gets away from one tackler down the left sideline close to the first down marker. The Tiger coaching staff wanting a hold there, but no call. Carter gets down to the 24 and a first down for the Crimsons, a gain of 9. He's quick, Tony.
He is, and he's a big guy. He's 6'2", 195, and the whole stands over here wanted a hold, but the referees, they're from out of town, and we don't know where they're from unless
we won't hold that against
them. We won't hold that against them. But the Tigers have to contain Jalen Carter. He gets to the outside. It's going to be bad things for the guys in black.
He comes wide to the right. 3-man eye in the backfield behind Britt on 1st and 10. Handoff, third man through, I should say, is Floyd, and he is crushed by Jack Daly and Jake Taylor after a gain of about a yard to the 23.
Well, they try to play power football to the left side, and that time the Tiger defense stepped up in there and made the play. So gain of a yard on the play as Manuel has the ball down to the Tiger 23-yard line. And, John, we keep forgetting we're not on the radio. Yeah. We're doing TV today.
I should start talking like Brent Musburger. You know what, Jesse?
You got to watch the other game.
2nd down and 9. Riley in motion from left to right. They throw a backward pass to Carter. Hit, got away from it. Now he's hit a second time. Stouffer couldn't get him the first time, but Chandler Simpson made a terrific tackle all the way back at the 26-yard line. Loss of 3, and that'll bring up 3rd and 12.
And sometimes that athletic ability hurts you because he's such a great athlete. He shook off Stouffer, but he went backwards a couple yards, and then Chandler Simpson and a host of Tigers were there. So huge play in this football game right here. For both teams.
9:30 to go, first half, 7-0. St. X leads it. Carter goes wide to the left. Riley is slotted that way. Floyd in the backfield. And Ballard wide to the right. That's the short side. Shotgun, low snap. Good job by Britt to get it down. Just going to throw it up for Carter in the front of the end zone, and he got it. Touchdown, Manuel Crimson. Well, he just outfought Austin Izard over there on the corner. It was a one-on-one matchup. The safety was late, and the Crimsons are an extra point away from tying this one.
Well, John, the one thing that can happen is they have to have help on that play, or they're going to do that all night long with the athlete that Jalen Carter is. And actually, Izard had pretty good position. It's just a bigger, stronger athlete making a catch, and now the extra point coming to tie this thing up.
Kopp in to kick it. Low snap, got it down. Kick is up and through. No good. Wide to the right. 7-6. Tigers continue to lead. 9:04 to go first half. We'll take a break. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving another winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on new Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a train. Visit trainbiggame.com for your chance to win a $2,000 rebate. Call DFH 968-6222 for details, or visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. DFH.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissig. Thank you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Bissig Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissig.com. The Bissig Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
Back at Brother Thomas More Stadium, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. Ball kickoff bounces at the 14, bounces twice, picked up by Cameron Garrett right there across the 20 to the 30, spun forward by manual defender, coverage guy, and Garrett, when he finally decided to come get it, made a nice return out to the 34-yard line. Jim Brinkman, Tigers have got to find a way to get to Jalen Carter. He is capable of taking over a football game.
Yeah, for those of us who've been watching St. X football for a few years, it reminds me of Devontae Parker and Summershine out there in the end zone in that playoff game.
Option left. Des pitches it late to Taylor. He's across the 35, 40, lowers his shoulder to the 45, has a first down, finally pushed out of bounds over there by Teague. Gain of 12 for Jake Taylor, and a good job by Des there to hold it till it was time to pitch.
Phenomenal job by Desmond Ritter, making the right decision at the right time.
Quickly to the line come the Tigers. 3 in the pattern. Quick throw to the left. Caught by Garrett. Hit immediately and pushed forward into manual territory at about the 48-yard line. John Sneed with the tackle. Just a little pitch and catch. And Garrett may still be feeling the effects of that earlier tackle. Gets up a little slowly, but he'll stay in there.
Yeah, and Desmond Ritter put the ball on the money at the right time. As soon as Garrett came out of his break, the ball was there. Nice catch, Cameron Garrett.
Gain of about 6, brings up 2nd down and 4. In motion is Seeger. Des keeps it up the middle, has a first down and more. Fights off Riley to the 30, and finally hanging on is Sneed for dear life down at the 26-yard line. Gain of 21 for Desmond Ritter. And again, Tony, when they have run the motion, either giving it or faking, if you give it one time, they got to respect it. And Des and Sam have a field day when they do it.
Spreads them out, holds them, holds the linebackers, holds the outside linebackers. Great run by Ritter.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. 3 receivers in the pattern. Fake the option, wants to throw, now throws over the middle, and it's incomplete and almost intercepted. Michael Meredith was the intended receiver. It was just out of his reach and fell right in front of Marcus Floyd, 2nd and 10.
Well, Meredith was open. That's one that Des has got to put on the money. Comes out of his break. They roll 2 guys to the right. Desmond Ritter just overshoots him.
Taylor in the backfield now with 3 receivers in the pattern and Blanco in to help block. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the Crimson 26. Under 8 to play here in the first half. Des fake it to Sam, running to the right. Gets a block from Blanco. Cuts inside off of that. Put the ball on the ground, and the Crimsons have it. Lost it as he was going down, and Marcus Floyd picks it up. Well, actually, lucky he didn't pick it up because he'd still be running. He fell on it, and the Crimsons get the first turnover of the game. They'll start at their own 27-yard line.
You got to protect the football, and you can't be running to the outside with the ball outside. It wasn't a great tackle, just not good ball security by Desmond Ritter.
So a nice-looking drive there for Naught as Des puts it on the ground. 1st and 10 manual, 7:47 to go, first half. Tigers lead it 7-6. Floyd is in the backfield with Riley on 1st and 10. Tigers show blitz. Play action. Coming around the corner, high and deep, looking for Carter into triple coverage and knocked away by the Tigers. Austin Iser got a hand on it, but Stouffer was there, Mullaby was there. And really, Tony, Carter looks like he was the only guy in the pattern anyway.
He was the only guy in the pattern. He's running down the middle field. And luckily, if you're a Crimson fan, that ball's not intercepted because there's 3 Tigers. And if that ball, the way that ball was coming back, and a lot of those balls have, if the defensive backs are watching the ball, you got to knock it away first. But if it's going away from the receiver, you got to catch that ball.
2nd down and 10. Carter comes wide to the right again. He's the only receiver. Now T goes into the slot to the left. Riley is the up back. Britt under center. Pitch to the right. Cutting inside and tripped up short of the 30-yard line. That is Aiden Robbins, the sophomore, with his first carry of the night. Knocked off his feet at the 30. It's a gain of 3 to bring up 3rd and 7.
And that's a guy who's carried the ball out, the sophomore. And they put him deep in the backfield that time. Pitched it to him so he could get a running start, but Tigers did a great job of getting off their blocks to make that play. But, boy, turnovers and penalties, we talked about it, and the first turnover goes to Manuel. So 3rd and 7 Manuel from their own 30-yard line.
Ballard and Carter come to the right. Carter's in the slot. Riley and Robbins in the backfield. Shotgun. Rolling right is Britt. Wants to throw. being chased out of there. Now just throws it up for grabs and actually just threw it into the Tiger bench to avoid the sack. Carter was the closest Crimson, but there were a couple Tigers around him. And the Crimsons, after the fumble recovery, go 3 and out.
And what I'm surprised, and I thought they were doing it that play, Manuel, you can use Carter as a decoy. You can use him as a decoy and then run somebody underneath, because the Tigers are rolling their defense to him. And that time, 2 receivers on this side. Britt does the right thing, throws it into the Tiger bench. And you're right, John. He's got to scoot up. That ball's going nowhere that way, and he's too deep.
Sissel will kick it away. Cahalan stands back at his 40-yard line, and he is kicking into a stiff wind. It's a low liner. The wind just knocks it down, bounces at the 43, goes inside the 40, and it will die right there at about the 38-yard line as the Crimson's down it. 6:41 to go here. First half, 7-6 St. X.
Got a Crimson down.
And a Crimson down on the field.
85. It's the tight end, isn't it?
Well, that's that defensive end, too, Graham Overstreet, which is he plays both ways, but he's been in on a couple tackles tonight. We'll take a quick break. 7-6 Tigers. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hey, St. X fans! Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Quantum Graphics may be the most customer service-minded printer in Louisville. How do we know? Because of what their customers say about them.
Quantum consistently treats our jobs like they're the most important work they have to do.
They're a rare company that seems truly dedicated to providing over-the-top great service.
Want this same kind of service when you need print on demand, design, online ordering, binding, and storage and fulfillment? Contact Joe Meeks at 502-314-7233 or visit quantumgraphics.com.
You're listening to the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network. Coverage of St. X High School football on 790 WKRD Louisville, an iHeart radio station.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, Todd Powers. We'll go down to Jim. Graham Overstreet, obviously a leg injury, Jimmy. They stayed out there with him a long time, and he is not putting any pressure on their right leg.
Yeah, he's working with 2 assistants to carry him off the field. I think that may actually be a severely sprained or an ankle, but I'm not a doctor on TV or radio.
But you stayed at Holiday Inn Express last night, didn't you?
I did not.
Well, the bad thing if you're the Crimsons, this is a guy that plays tight end, and he's made some tackles defensive end. And if you're the Tigers, you find where he was and maybe run that way. 1st and 10 at their own 38. 6:41 to go, first half, 7-6 St. X with the lead. 3 receivers in the pattern for Desmond Ritter. Option left. Pitch is late to Taylor. He's got some room across the 40, 45, short of the first down at the 46. Des took a shot as he delivered the pitch, but again, held it just long enough.
Well, I think he thought about running that one too. So, but he waited. The outside guy came towards him, and then he got to Sam Taylor with the head of speed, and he gets 8 on first down.
2nd down and 2. Ball at their own 46. Cahalan, and I believe that's Mueller to the right. Rolling left is Dez. Throws, has a man open on the sideline, and he dropped it. Cameron Garrett trying to go to the ground with the ball and keep a foot in bounds, and he just didn't come up with it. It'll be 3rd and 2.
And wow, he was wide open down at about the 42, 43-yard line, and I don't know if the ball was thrown to the outside and he was trying to stay in bounds and didn't catch the ball, but that's got to be completed.
PRP and Mail are now tied at 10 with 9 minutes to go in the first half over on the old Durrett campus. Big 3rd down here for the Tigers, Tony.
Sure is.
Taylor in the backfield with Blinko. Looks like a pass play. 3 receivers in the pattern. Fake it to DeSam, running right across the middle is Ritter. Got hit at the first down marker, but bounced off Cosby and got 2 more yards to midfield. Needed 2, got 4 first down Tigers.
And Dez is a kid that really wants to make every play. So, comes back off the fumble, makes a nice run right there.
1st and 10, quickly to the line of scrimmage come the Tigers. Here's Sam running right. Has 5, has 8, and pulled down from behind by Cosby, hanging on to his legs. 2nd and short.
And you hope this is what happened last time they played. The Tiger offensive line started wearing on that defensive line for the Crimsons. It's early, but doing a nice job up front by the big guys.
Taylor the lone setback on 2nd and 1. He got 9 on that carry. Low snap. Dez wants to throw. Now pulls it down, runs to the right. Has the first down, not much more. Hit and brought down by, I believe that's Will Sissel. Pleasant was there as well. But not until Dez got the first down. Wanted to throw, wasn't there, made a great decision.
I told these offensive linemen last night, we hosted them for the dinner, and I said, you guys, I'll give you guys all the calls. Do your job. I'll keep calling you.
37-yard line and a first down for the Tigers. Ritter to Taylor, running right, hit at the line of scrimmage, fights his way for a yard to the 36. He'll bring up 2nd and long, and that's Sean Pleasant again in on the tackle.
He's a loaded 6'1", 310 in that middle. They rely on him a lot to make plays, and that time he gets the push that stops Sam Taylor. Sam Taylor running hard in there. It's about as hard as you can run to get 1 yard.
Cahalan, Garrett, that's Mueller, and Blanco to the left. One receiver to the right. Option left for Dez. Late pitch to Taylor. Has some room. 30, 25, 20 on the sideline. The Tigers sideline is finally forced out of bounds by Keon Ferris, and that option has been very good so far to the Tigers.
And Dez hangs on to it. He does take the hit, but perfect timing. Crimsons have nobody on the outside, and the option play working well for the Tigers here.
21 yards for Sam Taylor to the 20. Hand off to Sam again, running left. Has room to the 15 and tripped up. And if Snead doesn't trip him up, he's heading to the end zone. It's another gain of 9. Tigers in the green zone, brought to you by the Eye Care Institute and Dr. Brennan Green.
Well, 74 and 70, Smock and Wellinghurst doing a great job on that play, opening that hole.
Timeout manual. We'll take one as well with 4:12 to play in the half. Tigers by 1. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Mystic Impact Sports Radio Network.
When you're not cheering on your favorite team and you're ready to tackle that large job or weekend project, Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment you need. From hand tools to excavators, we've got you covered. And with more than 525 locations, we're sure to have one convenient to you. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or contractor, you can rely on the experts at Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for a location nearest you. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now.
For over 20 years, Signs Now has been Metro Louisville's go-to source for custom signs and banners. Vehicle lettering, trade show displays, lighted signs, you name it. We deliver durable, high-impact graphics and quick, affordable service. Signs Now is the choice for all your signage needs. Want proof? Just ask the Bissick Impact Group. We're their official sign provider. For more information, call 502-491-8180 or visit us online at signsnow.com.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. 4:12 to play first half. 2nd and 1 for the Tigers at the manual 6. They lead at 7-6. They look to the sideline. Taylor in the slot to the right. Garrett out there as well. Empty backfield for Ritter. Now here comes Sam in motion. They fake it to him. Dez rolling to the right, wants to throw. Has a man wide open. Touchdown, St. X Tigers. Mac Blinko. They've gone to that a lot this year, and Tony's been very successful.
Well, what they did different that time is they brought Taylor in motion, so it looks like he's going to hand it to Taylor. Well, when they see Ritter has the football, they're thinking he's taking off. They take the H-back out of the backfield, rolling down the sideline. It's just a little toss to the end zone, and Mac Blinko goes in for the second score for the Tigers. 13-6. Owen Johnson on the attempt the extra point.
Cahalan to hold it. Cronk to snap it. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and through. 14-6, Tigers. 4:09 to play first half. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissick Impact Sports Radio Network.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissick Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
The Courier-Journal's Thanksgiving newspaper will be stuffed with savings and will be available the day before Thanksgiving this year. The early edition, stuffed with Black Friday sale inserts, high-dollar savings, and the season's best gift ideas, will go on sale at retailers in Jefferson County, Clarksville, Jeffersonville, and New Albany on Wednesday, November 23rd. Get a jump on your holiday shopping and pick up the early edition of the Thanksgiving Courier-Journal.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. Owen Johnson's kick into the end zone. Jimmy, a terrific play call there on 2nd and 1, and a little twist out of it. They've had the Mac Blanco play all year, but that time Taylor, they faked it to him first.
Yeah, they read that 35, Keon Ferris, actually was trailing Sam Taylor wherever he was going. When he went in motion, he vacated the area right there. Mac Blanco filled it into the zone, and 7 points Tigers, 14-6, 4:09 remaining.
Good stuff from Jimmy Brinkman. 1st and 10 for the Crimsons at their own 20. Britt under center. The lone setback is Marcus Floyd. Teague in motion to the left. They pitch it to Floyd. Running left. Hit at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Might have fought his way forward for about a yard. It looks like they're going to give him 2. But, boy, Doug Schaffner, Tony, came through and made that hit.
Well, Schaffner, I don't believe he's been in the ball game, so he comes into the ball game, makes his presence known. So
nice play. Come on back out.
Well, you know what?
1 play, 1 tackle. That's good.
I'm not taking him out. I don't care if Dick Butkus is the guy.
It's a gain of a couple for Floyd. That offensive line, Tony, they will push.
And then one thing is, too, John, some of these guys do play some on both sides of the ball, so they can wear down.
Cosby now in the shotgun. Britt is in the slot to the left, or is wide to the left. Carter's in the slot that way, and a receiver to the right. Cosby brings Carter in motion. Delay a game. And that's twice, Tony, they've changed quarterbacks to run, I guess, a special play and had a delay of game.
Well, I don't care who's playing quarterback. You got to know one thing. You got to know when the guy in the back raises his hand, the back official, you've got 5 seconds. And if you're not paying attention, and you know what, the coaching staff's got to know that too. So these are the kind of penalties that killed Manual in the first football game.
And another thing, 3:17 to go here in the half. No sense of urgency. Only 1 timeout for the Crimsons here. Cosby in the shotgun. Now Carter in motion. They fake it to him. Cosby keeps it, and he runs right into the waiting arms of Kyle Robinson, the co-captain tonight. Robinson read his responsibility and hit Cosby. And St. X will use a timeout here with 3:11 to go in the half.
I was just thinking it too, John. Manuel's going to be very deliberate with, in St. X territory down at the 17-yard line. And now, if the Tigers get a stop here, they're going to get good field position because they're going to have to punt it into the wind again. And if the Tigers come up with good field position, they'll have an opportunity to maybe go down and get some more points if you're a Tiger fan.
It'll be 3rd and 13 at their own 17-yard line. How creative do you get if you're Scott Carmody with 3:11 to go in the half? You're still within 1 score here.
I'm conservative, but Jalen Carter has the ball somehow or another. You don't want to just throw it up, I don't think, right here, because if it does get picked off and the Tigers have the ball in your territory, they're going to have great field position. So it's just your philosophy as a coach, what you want to do right here. Now the Tigers have to know where Jalen Carter's at, right? Safety has to lean, shield towards him just in case they're going to throw it down the field.
Central leads Boyle County 10-0 down at the Hive late in the first half. Keep you updated on as many of the local scores as we can tonight throughout this game. DeSales with a 14-0 lead at Glasgow early. 3rd down and 13. Britt in a shotgun. He's got 3 to the right, and he wants to throw. Pressure comes late from the Tigers. Hit and drop. A pitch to the head to Teague. Great play by Britt, actually, to just kind of pitch it to Teague, and a late flag, and that may be against the Tigers. Tony, Jack Cronk had Britt in the backfield. He was falling to the turf, and he flipped it into the air. And a great play by Britt to get it to Teague, who really only got back to the line of scrimmage. But a late flag comes out, and that could cost the Tigers a possession here. And that is unsportsmanlike against St. X. Will Wolford not happy with this call. Jim, you were right there. What happened?
What's important is the referee actually gave it as an unsportsmanlike. It was not on the hit. Unsportsmanlike is a non-contact foul, so that means that after the hit, Ryan Adams stood over the runner.
Wow.
Okay, and that's what prompted out the flag. It was a correct call.
You gotta keep your emotions in check out there, Tony. You can celebrate.
Celebrate with your own guys.
Celebrate with your guys.
And you don't want something. You're going to get great field position. Now you don't want something bad to happen that, you can't do those things.
It's going to be 4th and 13. If they move it out to the 33, and it's a first down for the Crimsons, who have life here late in the first half. Britt under center. Floyd the deep back. He'll get the call running left. Hit by Cronk as he got through the line of scrimmage, and this time the Tiger defense able to push him backwards at the 35-yard line. Gain of a couple. They'll bring up 2nd and 10. And once again, Tony, it certainly doesn't appear that the Crimsons are in any hurry with 2:24 to go in a half and only one timeout left.
Yeah, John, and you know what?
They're huddling up.
I agree, and I would too. The Tigers were trying to get that football back in good field position with a lot of time. And if you're Coach Carmody, you'd like to break one right here, but you're happy as you can be that you didn't have to get the football up.
And Manuel will get the ball to start the second half as well.
Correct.
2nd down and 8.
You still have to know where Jalen Carter's at, and I'm telling you right now, I'd have more guys back there. They are rolling both safeties on that side.
Ballard and Carter are split to the right on 2nd and 8. Draw play. They give it to Teague. He is in trouble in the backfield. That's Floyd. He is dropped. Jake Taylor came through and made the first hit. Floyd bounced off of it, but Taylor stayed with it and made the tackle back at the 33. Loss of a couple. Tigers will use their second timeout with 1:41 to go in the half. Surprised?
No. I think right here it's still good field. You still could get the ball in a decent spot.
And now, remember, if they have to kick, Sissel's kicking into a strong
Oh, he's kicking into every ball we've seen go that way hasn't gone very far at all. But, boy, that penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct is a killer. You got to keep you hit it on the head, John. You got to keep your emotions intact. You can get excited, but don't do something that's going to hurt your team. You don't want to be the guy, and I'm not picking on him. I'm just talking about anybody in general. You don't want to be the guy that a play comes back to haunt you and it costs you a ball game. And in these games, when it's these type of games and you're playing all or nothing, there's no tomorrow if you lose. You cannot make mistakes. And Desmond Ritter is coming in at safety.
Well, we had heard rumblings all year that not only is Des a great quarterback, but he may be your best safety.
And you know why? You know where he's going to be?
I think he's going to
follow 11.
Number 11, yeah.
Well, he's not actually over there with number 11.
Well, he will go wherever 11 goes before it's over with, I would think. 3rd down and 10 for the Crimson at their own 33. Britt in the shotgun, rolling to the left. 3-man rush. Throws it high and deep down the left side. Well out of bounds and incomplete. And Carter was the closest guy, but really Owen Weiss had a better shot at catching it than Carter. That saves a timeout for the Tigers. They will take one into this next possession.
Boy, and Carter and Britt were not on the same page. You're right. He threw it way behind him. Carter's running down the sideline. Ball's 10 yards behind him. And now I'm still got to move the deep man up, John. If he kicks it over your head, he kicks it over your head. But you want to catch this ball to get a return. You don't want it hitting the ground and rolling.
The usual punter, Will Sissel's not out there. It's Nicholas Kopp, the place kicker. On 4th and 10, high snap. Kopp brings it down, no pressure. And that goes off the side of his foot. And it will take a Crimson roll into the boundary. And the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. 29-yard kick from Nicholas Kopp, his first punt of the night.
And now what do you do as your Tiger? I know you're going to throw it, but you got to throw it down the field if I'm calling the plays. I don't want them out in the flat. I don't want something that's going to go wrong here. You want to make something happen, but you don't want to gamble.
4 receivers in the pattern, Blanco in the backfield. Sam Taylor will sit this play out. And an offside as Des with the long snap count will get the Tigers 5 yards as Teague came across. He was blitzing from his linebacker spot, Tony, and he wanted to go a little early. They'll move it out to the 43. 1:27 left here in the first half.
Well, that hard count, gets him right there. We'll see what the Tigers dial up here late in the second quarter.
St. X with a 14-6 lead. Empty backfield. Ritter wants to throw. Does throw. Caught by Garrett. He is smashed by Sneed. And he got the first down, and I think he got out of bounds at midfield. Give him 7, give him 8 to the manual 49-yard line.
Now, John, if I was Coach Nuremberg, what I'd do this time is I'd show that, and I'd have Cameron Garrett take that thing down the sideline and try to pump and go.
1st and 10. Garrett did get out of bounds to stop the clock. Rolling right is Ritter. Blanco stays in to block, has a man, but not able to come up with it is Michael Meredith. near the Manual sideline at about the 41-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Those are the plays I don't like. Those are the ones out in the flat that if the timing's off, we don't need a disaster right here. If you don't score, you got an 8-point lead going into halftime. I think you got to throw it down the field in this situation, not on the outsides. You've thrown it twice to the outside. Now get it down the field or across the middle somewhere.
Seeger and Meredith to the right, Mueller and Garrett to the left. 4-man rush. Dez throws it, and it is caught. Great catch that time by Cameron Garrett. Gain of 10 to the 39, and I'm telling you, he was being contested by Sneed the whole time. He brought it in and got out of bounds. First down, Tigers. 1:10 to go.
Would you spread them out right here and have Dez take off down the middle?
It's worked before.
I'm telling you, they're really spreading out, too. The Crimsons are. The linebackers, there's only one linebacker in there.
4 receivers in the pattern here. Straight drop, and there's your call. Quarterback draw. Running right is Dez. Gets a great block. Cuts inside at the 25, 20, and brought down from behind inside the 20 at about the 15-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle for Keon Ferris, and Tony Burke with the play call.
Well, I didn't call the play. Coach Nurnberg called the play, and I like it. I think you had Manuel ready to go back, and all of a sudden, Dez Ritter gets it down there, and clock running under a minute.
Tigers in the green zone, brought to you by the Eye Care Institute. Option to the left. Pitch to Sam. Cuts inside. Fights off a tackle at the 13-yard line. Got down near the 12, and a whistle, and the clock will stop. And the Tigers will use their last timeout here, Tony, with 45 seconds to go in the half. Now you're in, with the wind at his back, you're definitely in Owen Johnson field goal range at the 12-yard line. It was a gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 10.
And you have time, but you have to talk to your players right now. We're going to call play. And let's have two plays called, a run play and a ground in the ball and a pass play. Matters how much time you use here. If you throw an incomplete pass, you're okay. And I don't think you're going to see the Tigers running here. And that call right there, to me, is questionable because you got to use that last one.
Yeah. Well, what makes you call that last play is how successful that option's been. You've gotten 10, 15 yards every time out of it.
I agree with you. I don't disagree, but that timeout, I always go back to you're relying on 17 and 18-year-old kids, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids to make the right decision as the clock runs down. And this is a huge possession for the Tigers. If they can get even 3 right here, you stretch this thing out to 2 scores to start the second half.
4 minutes left in the first half over on Shelbyville Road. Trinity with a 42-0 lead over Eastern.
I wouldn't mind seeing that pass to Blanco, boot it and have him come out. They never find him when he comes out of there.
Taylor and Blanco are in the backfield on 2nd and 7 from the left hash mark. 2 receivers wide to the right. Garrett wide to the left. Play action. Wanting to throw. Now pulling it down, running to the left. Throws late into the end zone and tipped away by Cosby. Tried to throw a touch pass to Sam Taylor and lucky to get that ball back.
Running a similar play to the wheel route. And actually, Cosby makes a heck of a play. That's a touchdown if Cosby doesn't get a hand up.
Maybe
right
a little
there.
Underthrown.
Yeah, but Taylor was coming back to the ball. He gets just a little bit of hump on it, and I think Dez hurried himself up. He saw the play not going right, started to run, and then kind of hurried himself when I think he could have waited.
So 3rd and 7, empty backfield, 2 receivers each way. Blanco stays in the block. Dez wants to throw. Throws a little out to Taylor. Touchdown, St. X Tigers. He caught it at the 5 on the Tigers sideline. The sophomore Robbins had him in the coverage, but Sam beat him, and the Tigers on the board again here late in the half.
Well, what they did is they ran guys out, and a little different look that time. Sam Taylor went down and kind of sat down inside the 5-yard line, and as Aiden Robbins lost him, he puts it on the money, and all Sam Taylor had to do is get about 3 yards into the end zone. Tigers score, go up 20-6 with 33 seconds left here in the first half. Owen Johnson on.
Halen will hold it. Kick is up and through by Owen Johnson. 21-6 Tigers. And Tony, we talked late in that Mayo game about a momentum shifter and a demoralizer with a Hail Mary pass. The Tigers came back and won that game in the second half. That's got to demoralize the Crimsons right now.
Well, they get the penalty and they give Manuel a second shot. Tigers defense does a great job of getting the stop, getting good field position, and give Desmond Ritter a ton of credit on that drive because he put the ball, all the money. His receivers caught the football. It's got to work both ways. And then the big quarterback draw play makes it huge.
Jim Brinkman, how did Sam Taylor get so open there?
Well, you got to give credit to Cam Garrett. He took his cornerback into the end zone and then sealed, so Sam could just walk in. It was a great pass, good play, and Coach Nuremberg thanked Garrett right after the touchdown.
Kickoff into the end zone, taken by Jalen Carter a yard deep. He's upset because he couldn't run it out, but hey, Jalen, that's the rule. Crimsons will start at their own 20. Only one timeout left here in the half, 33.4 seconds. And how many guys are guarding Jalen Carter here, Tony?
I got 3.
Well, I'm going over.
You know what I would do here, John, and I'm just a guy who watches a lot of football. My linebackers are going to be deep right now. If they want to run the ball, well, I want a wall 20 yards down the field, and we'll stop them then. But I don't want anybody getting behind anybody right here. And Desmond Ritter is in at safety again, and he should be deeper.
1st and 10. Britt in the shotgun. He's got Marcus Floyd back there with him, and he'll run the draw to Floyd. Trips himself a little bit at the 20, gets across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. Jacob Stolfer came up, made the tackle. Kronk and Simpson were there as well. And Scott Carmody will leave that the timeout in his pocket.
Yeah, John, and if I'm coaching, I tell Desmond Ritter on a running play, you run the other way. Yeah. You tackle him at the 10 down here if you have to. I don't want you coming up making a tackle.
Run backwards. But first half will come to an end here. 21-6, Tigers lead it. We'll stay here and get the comments from the head coach as soon as he's finished talking to his team at the 20. But has to be happy with the focus of his team tonight. A slow start for the Tigers, especially offensively, but they've really gotten it going.
Well, 21 straight after being down 6-0, and correct me there, I'm sorry. Tigers did score first, and the extra point was missed by the Crimson. See, I'm getting old. Yeah. I can remember it happened 30 years ago. I can't remember it happening in the first quarter.
Yeah, but you brought cake tonight.
So I did. Tracy Beckman made that cake for the offensive lineman that we hosted last night, and I think Jim is going to run down to coach.
Let's go down to Jimmy.
All right, we're here with Coach Wolford. That score, puts you exactly where you want to be.
Well, we kind of gave one away with the fumble, so it was really nice to get one back there right before the halftime of the 2-minute drill, which Desmond executed perfectly along with the offense. But across the board, the guys are playing great. That team is really talented. They don't know it yet, but they got 10, first-string district guys on their team. Manuel does. That's more than us and Male combined.
Yeah, I saw Jalen Carter with one run. He had 4 of the St. X defensemen just bounce off. Obviously he's going to be a big part of the second half. Any plans for him?
Him and everybody else. He's not the only one, but there's no doubt he is extremely talented at 6'2", 210, and second fastest guy in Kentucky last year when he ran the 100. No doubt he's talented, but he's not the only one. 6 can go. The quarterback can run. 2 is a heck of a player. 98's playing division football. Cosby, number 7, is going to Ball State. They are loaded, and we can't have a letdown, but I can't imagine we will.
Okay. All right. It's 21-6 at halftime. I'll kick back to you, John.
Head coach Will Wolford has to be pleased. We'll take a break. Come back with the Eye Care Institute halftime report. Rob Schweitzer, freshman Tiger coach, will join us to talk about this weekend's open house. 21-6, Tigers lead it at the break. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. This season's live play-by-play coverage is sponsored by Hershey's Candy. Make every day a little sweeter when you pick up your favorite Hershey's Candy at any Kroger store. The Eye Care Institute. Call St. X grad Dr. Brennan Green at 589-1500 or visit the website at eyecareinstitute.com. Nights Travel. Fly by nights. It's the best way to travel. Courier Journal. The Courier Journal, now with expanded high school sports coverage Sundays in print and at courierjournal.com. DFH. Call Don, Chris, or Alex Hinkabine at 968-6222 for all heating and cooling needs. St. X High School. Learn more at stx.com or call 502-637-4712. St. X High School. This is where you start. Events LLC. Custom designs uniquely tailored to your event. From setup to takedown, we'll make your event extraordinary. Bissig Impact Group. Integrated, innovative marketing. Don't touch that dial. The Eye Care Institute Halftime Report is up next on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy.
Imagine flipping in the air on the Super Quad Bungee, running across the Big Baller Obstacle Course, or conquering Brutus, the Mechanical Bull. Christian family owned and operated, Louisville Inflatables specializes in school and church functions, festivals, and city fairs, offering inflatables of all shapes and sizes while being clean, safe, insured, and state inspected. Stop imagining and call 502-379-0876 or book online at LouisvilleInflatables.com, where laughter adds to life. Louisville Inflatables.
Planning an event for thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production and creative design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is filled with unique props, linens, dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
I'm Chris Burke, former major leaguer and St. X class of 1998. I'm Pat Lampton, chief engineer at NASA and member of St. X class of 1983.
My name is Carl Ellsworth, screenwriter of The New Gremlins, and I'm also a member of St. X's class of 1990.
Whether it's launching series-winning home runs or vessels bound for outer space, successful careers take off at St. X High School. Visit stx.com to learn more. St. X, this is where you start.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving this winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a Train and nearly impossible to beat up to 48 months special financing from DFH on the industry's most reliable comfort systems from Train. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details. No more excuses. Call DFH 968-6222, online dfhcompany.com.
This is the Eye Care Institute Halftime Report on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. Here are your hosts, John Spears, Tony Burke, and Jim Brinkman.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. 21-6. The Tigers with the lead over Manual here at halftime. Desmond Ritter, a touchdown run and 2 touchdown passes. Tigers led at 7-6 and had scored 2 touchdowns in the last 4:09 of the first half to take command. I'm joined by Rob Schweitzer, freshman football coach, class of 81, just like Tony and myself. And let's talk about that freshman team you had.
I'd love to.
You told me, I hope I'm not telling secrets here, before the year started, 10-0.
Absolutely.
And then you backed it up.
Absolutely. When we saw these guys coming in and we had the conditioning program going on, we just saw some really good athletes out there. And our biggest challenge was trying to figure out how to get them out on the field at different times. And they just great team play, teamwork by all of them. It's a very, very special group of guys and came together, didn't have too many injuries, and worked our way through the season. Really, really special year with the guys.
And great wins at Trinity,
Absolutely.
at Moeller.
Absolutely.
At DeSales last game of the year, they hit you in the mouth, and your guys responded.
And that was probably one of the the best wins we had of the year, just because we started off a little slow. They scored twice on us. And we were able to regroup, show some character, and come out there and 8 games on the road this year. So 8 on the road and 2 at home, and a very, very special year.
Big weekend here on campus. Not only the football game tonight, but Sunday open house, 12 to 4. 7th and 8th graders and their parents should come by. Tell them why they should come by.
This is your opportunity to see everything out here at St. X that we have to offer. We just received the Blue Ribbon Award, 4th time, the only school in the state of Kentucky that's ever received it 4 times. The facilities are just unbelievable. The new additions that we have, the new cafeteria, which the guys just absolutely love. The food they have here is ridiculous, just compared to anything that you and I ever had, when we went here. But the academic side is something that we're really, really proud of, and we don't think there's any competition as far as that goes. Our average ACT score is up to a 26 now, which again is best in the state. We've got the new Musselman Golf Center, which all the guys in PE get to use.
That's why I'm coming over.
They have not let me in there yet. So yeah, we'll we'll see how that goes. But the innovation lab, where they all the computer technology things they have that are way beyond my understanding, but the work they do in there and the work that the guys do, the work that the students do is involved, and they get it's something that you can see, that they'll be able to get college credit for some of the AP courses in there and be able to make a career out of it. So it's just the day that St. X shows everything that they have. The drama department will be on. You get into the gymnasium at the end of your tour, and you just see all the different clubs, all of the different things to be able to get involved in, to where it's not just coming to school here. It's not just the tremendous academic side, the religious side, but just making a good young man out of them.
Other than being banned from the Musselman Golf Center, what is your role going to be this Sunday, Ralph?
They have me. I'll be working in the auditorium with 3 other teachers, and we're going to give about a 5 to 7 minute talk, just our personal feelings about St. X, telling about what, pointing out what's special to us, and then we have just a tremendous video put together showing some of the different sides of St. X, with the academic side, the campus ministry with the work that they do, St. Joseph Arimathea, Habitat for Humanity, just also the athletic side and the facilities we have. And then the drama department, the music. I mean, just again, all the different options and opportunities the guys have here.
Well, Kurt White couldn't be here tonight, but you filled in admirably.
Well, thank you very much. I've been hoping for this for years, so it was kind of I've been working on this talk for a long time.
Congratulations on the 10-0 season.
Thank you very much.
And have fun Sunday at Open House.
Appreciate
it's 12 to 4. Right here on the St. X campus, if I'm not mistaken, all 7th and 8th graders.
Yeah, anybody can come out. We'll 5th, 6th, but yeah, definitely 7th and 8th.
5th, 6th, 7th, 8th.
Yeah, we
bring
love
your
everybody
parents,
coming out here.
talk them into it, and get over here.
And you get listen.
Don't bring your clubs. They're not going to let you hit.
No, they will
balls
not.
In the new Musselman Golf Center.
Real sharp going away T-shirt that they get when they leave. So that's make them decked out nice.
Thank you, Rob. Rob
Absolutely.
Schweitzer, class of '81.
Thank you very much,
football
Sean.
coach. We'll come back with more here on the Eye Care Institute halftime report. Tigers lead at 21-6. You are watching and listening to St. X High School football on Live Sportscaster and the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissing. Thank you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Bissing Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissing.com. The Bissing Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
Does a Caribbean cruise sound like your kind of getaway? Are you dreaming of a relaxing weekend in the mountains? Whatever your style, Knights Travel is a full-service agency that can meet all your travel planning needs. Whether it's for business or pleasure, call St. X alum Lou Conkling or Kaylin Ryback. They'll get you there at a great low cost. Call Kaylin at 292-4749 or Lou at 292-4750. Fly by Nights, it's the best way to travel.
Hey, St. X fans! Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
You're listening to the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network. Coverage of St. X High School football on 790 WKRD Louisville, an iHeart radio station.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. Halftime, 21-6. Tigers lead the Manual Crimsons here in round 2 of the 6A Kentucky High School playoffs. Tony, Manual's a team that wants to run the ball, but St. X is a team that has run the ball effectively tonight.
Well, if you look at first downs, Manual's got 11, St. X 12. That's the one that's closest. Manual's rushed the ball 20 times for 59 yards. Tigers 20 carries for 175. That's 8.8 a carry to Manual's 2.9. Desmond Ritter is 7 for 17 for 65 yards. And Manuel is 3 for 10. Britt and Cosby for 36. So total yards, St. X 240, Manuel 94.
And the Tigers have, it looked early like Manuel was going to own that line of scrimmage, Tony, but Tiger defense, they bent a little bit. They gave up the one touchdown, but they've been solid tonight.
They have, and, they both offense and defensive line really doing a nice job. St. X, what I like what they're doing defensively tonight, John, is they are rolling the safety over to Carter's side. You have to mix it up a little bit. You got to show something different, make them feel like they're throwing into a field of guys. On the other side of the ball, Tiger offensive line has got it going, but Desmond Ritter's decision-making on the option, his passing, and that huge run on that quarterback draw has been the difference in this football game.
Aside from the fumble, he has fundamentally played a tremendous game at quarterback.
And it's only a half. You still got a half to go, and we know the score from over on the Dewart campus at halftime. Male kicks a field goal with 0.7 before halftime to go up 13-10 on PRP. So we got a close one down the road, and we got a game here that the Tigers have taken a little bit of control, but you've got to play 2 more quarters.
If you're Scott Carmody and you're in at halftime, we saw 4 weeks ago Male go in with the lead at halftime with their heads down. Manual just went in with their heads down. We were watching them head to the locker room. Scott Carmody, what do you tell your team? Obviously, you got to score on this first drive.
Yeah, you say, look, guys, this is all about us.
Still a 2-score
We got to do stuff up front. We got to give our guys an opportunity. And if they do that, they can get themselves back in this football game. But a huge possession for the Tigers to end that half to get that 21-6 lead. And, Manuel, I know Coach Carmody said this, that his kids don't worry about the past and what they've done against St. X, but they know they've lost 28 straight times over the last 23 years. And you know what? You're trying to get that monkey off, and that monkey will get you to the third round of the playoff, but you got to play great here in the second half.
Second half action on the way. We'll take one more break. 21-6, Tigers lead it. You're listening to St. X High School Football, the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
This has been the Eye Care Institute Halftime Report. Stand by for live second half action on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy.
When you're not cheering on your favorite team and you're ready to tackle that large job or weekend project, Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment you need. From hand tools to excavators, we've got you covered. And with more than 525 locations, we're sure to have one convenient to you. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or contractor, you can rely on the experts at Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for a location nearest you. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now.
Does a Caribbean cruise sound like your kind of getaway? Are you dreaming of a relaxing weekend in the mountains? Whatever your style, Knights Travel is a full-service agency that can meet all your travel planning needs. Whether it's for business or pleasure, call St. X alum Lou Conkling or Kaylin Ryback. They'll get you there at a great low cost. Call Kaylin at 292-4749 or Lou at 292-4750. Fly by Nights, it's the best way to travel.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving another winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on new Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a train. Visit trainbiggame.com for your chance to win a $2,000 rebate. Call DFH 968-6222 for details, or visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. DFH.
For over 20 years, Signs Now has been Metro Louisville's go-to source for custom signs and banners. Vehicle lettering, trade show displays, lighted signs, you name it. We deliver durable, high-impact graphics and quick, affordable service. Signs Now is the choice for all your signage needs. Want proof? Just ask the Bissig Impact Group. We're their official sign provider. For more information, call 502-491-8180 or visit us online at signsnow.com.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. This season's live play-by-play coverage is sponsored by Hershey's Candy. Make every day a little sweeter when you pick up your favorite Hershey's Candy at any Kroger store. The Eye Care Institute. Call St. X grad Dr. Brennan Green at 589-1500 or visit the website at eyecareinstitute.com. Nights Travel. Fly by nights. It's the best way to travel. Courier Journal. The Courier Journal, now with expanded high school sports coverage Sundays in print and at courierjournal.com. DFH. Call Don, Chris, or Alex Hinkabine at 968-6222 for all heating and cooling needs. St. X High School. Learn more at stx.com or call 502-637-4712. St. X High School. This is where you start. Events LLC. Custom designs uniquely tailored to your event. From setup to takedown, we'll make your event extraordinary. Bissig Impact Group. Integrated, innovative marketing. Let's head back to the field for the second half and join John Spears, Tony Burke, and Jim Brinkman for tonight's big game.
Back at St. X, Brother Thomas More Stadium, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, and Todd Powers, 21-6, and we are ready for the second half kickoff. Perfect timing. Desmond Ritter, 3 touchdowns he has accounted for tonight. And the Tigers with a 21-6 lead here over the Manual Crimsons. Manual will get the ball first. Tigers take the wind here in the third quarter, Tony, and that would seem to indicate to me they want to put this game away as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think that's probably what Coach Wolford's thinking, but I still like having that win in the fourth quarter just in case. But you know what? That's why we do the game on the radio and on TV.
I think maybe if you had the ball first here in the half, you might have waited on the win for the fourth quarter. But Jalen Carter's and the Crimsons are going to get the ball first. Owen Johnson booms his third touchback of the night, all to that end of the field.
And that might be one of the reasons they took the win, John. So Jalen Carter could not run the kickoff back.
And Manual will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Well, you got 24 minutes to play here to move to the third round. You know, if you're a Crimson, if you're Coach Carmody, you're trying to pump your guys up to get this going on the first drive. If you're the Tigers, you want to hold them down here, get the good field position, and keep doing what you're doing.
And William Britt will start out at quarterback. We've seen Britt. We've seen Cosby some tonight. Ballard goes wide to the left. Carter slotted that way. Riley is the tight end to the right. Shotgun for Britt. Now Carter in motion. Takes a snap, gives it to Carter. Running to the right. Cuts inside. Hit by Stolfer, who came up from his safety spot. Carter falls forward across the 25 to the 26. And as much as they tried to get it to Jalen Carter in the first half, Tony, I expect them to try it twice as many times here in the second half.
That's what I'd be doing. I saw him going in motion, and I just followed him with my binoculars because I figured he was going to get the football. You know what? If you're going to win or lose this game in the second half, you want to do it with your best player.
Second down and 4 after a gain of 6 for Carter. He's in the backfield behind Cosby, who's in a quarterback now. One receiver each way. Cosby takes it. Delay handoff to Carter. Being chased by Simpson.
Ooh.
Hit, but staying on his feet. Izard hit him hard, but he bounced off it, ran around the left end, and got the first down and more out to the 39-yard line. Austin Izard lowered the boom on Jalen Carter. He just doesn't go down, Tony.
Well, what you got to do when you're a little guy, I mean, he hit him and we went boom, but you know what? Jalen Carter said, I'm going to spin off and get down the field. When you come up like that, that big hit doesn't get you anything if you don't bring him down. Go low. Take his legs from him.
Gain of 13 on a first down for the Crimsons out at their own 39-yard line.
And who's had the ball the first couple of plays? Jalen Carter.
Ballard and Carter come wide to the right. Britt's under center. Marcus Floyd, the lone setback. Play action, wanting to throw. Looking deep. Throwing, looking for Ballard. But hit as he threw it. And the ball just trickled to the ground. And I believe it was Kyle Robinson. Max Willinger was back there as well. They got a piece of Britt. And Crimson's lucky that one came down to the turf.
It was all Max Willinger. He was double-teamed, and I thought he was being held. I'm sorry I spoke over you, but I thought they had him by his shirt, and he still hit Britt. But, you know, John, I had the binoculars on. If you're a defensive lineman, they gave that play up. The right tackle pointed at who he was blocking. So he's telling the guy next to him it's a passing play. And even though they went play action, it's not fooling anybody if you're up front. You should know that.
Cosby comes to the right with Carter this time. Tight end that way is Neil Riddle. Under center. Pitch to the right. It's Floyd looking to get outside, and he's not going to be able to. Stouffer again from that safety spot, Tony. He is flying to the football. Chandler Simpson was there as well. Got to the 42, a gain of 3 for Floyd. It'll bring up 3rd and 7, make it the 41, 3rd and 8.
And Isaac did a good job, too. He made the wide receiver block him, which got some of those other guys clear to come up. But, if you're Coach Carmody here, 3rd and 8 from your own 41, first possession in the second half, you can't stall out right here. And if you're Coach Will Wolfer, you're thinking, come on, defense, get us the ball back.
Terrence Ballard and Bryce Cosby go to the left. Jalen Carter to the right. That's the short side. Floyd in the backfield. Under center. Britt, play action. Pressure comes. Up the middle. In trouble. Hit and goes down. Well, Washburn was the first one to make him move. Cronk got a hold of his feet, and if he doesn't go down, Andrew Yules was right there. Lost back to the 32-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th and long, and Kopp will come out and kick it away.
Well, you named Washburn and Cronk. Those are two guys that came on a blitz right there, and Washburn blew the play up, and Cronk got the feet. So now Manuel has to kick it into the wind again, which we've seen balls just die up in the air from this way.
Cahalan deep for the Tigers. 8 at the line of scrimmage for St. X. Good snap. Kopp gets it out of there. Low screamer. Bounces at the 40. Picked up by Cahalan. Lucky because he tipped it to himself. And he gets out to the 45, maybe the 46. Boy, Tony, dangerous by Brewer Cahalan. The ball took a funny hop. Instead of letting it go, he reached out, tipped it into the air, and caught it himself.
Yeah, I think anybody watching it online here probably did what we did, side with this when he reached out. But Tigers will get great field position at the Manual 46-yard line to start this second half.
Desmond Ritter, the senior quarterback, in the shotgun. He's got Taylor with him. Blanco in front of him. Garrett wide to the left. 2 to the right. That's Meredith and Seeger. Des takes a snap. Option right. Quick pitch to Taylor this time. He crosses the 45, the 50, fights his way across the 45 and has a first down. There was a host of players involved at the 50, and Sam just somehow came out of that and got 5 more yards all the way down to the 43-yard line.
Well, John, when you see Big Chase Ferris in the center, Andrew Eberly out there doing their jobs.
Gain of 11. Quick throw to the left through the hands of Cameron Garrett. Sneed was in the coverage, but Cameron's got to haul that one in. A little bit behind him, but you got to bring it in and run. Second and 10.
Looks like they were on the wrong page there. Garrett looked like he was coming inside for the ball, and Ritter threw it to the outside. So not a good play on first down after you've just had a great run by Sam Taylor.
Second and 10. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Taylor the lone setback. Back there with Ritter. Tigers look to the sideline. 4-man front for the Crimsons. Although they are bringing pressure. Dez gets through the line of scrimmage, fights his way across the 40. Pleasant got a hand on him. And Will Sissel, defensive end, brought him down at the 38-yard line. And that'll bring up a third down and about 6.
Joe Lyons on that side of guy. Tigers glad to see back in there opening that hole.
Make it 3rd and 5. Got to get to the 33-yard line. Play action. Dez wants to throw. Now he'll pull it down, run to the right, being chased out of there. Throws late. It is caught for the first down inside the 20-yard line, and Cameron Garrett, his favorite target. That time he didn't let it get away from his hands. Tackle on the play by Marcus Floyd, who's slow to get up. But the Tigers are in the green zone, brought to you by the Eye Care Institute and Dr. Brennan Green at the 17.
Great job by Desmond Ritter. He looked like he was going to tuck it and run. He got right to about the line of scrimmage, waited for Garrett to get open and put it on the money.
Ritter in his shotgun. Taylor to his left. Blanco in there to block. Seeger in motion, left to right. They give it to Ben, running left this time. Chased by Cosby. He got a great block. It got inside the 15. Sam Taylor came back and made a terrific block on Bryce Cosby. Seeger got inside the 15 to about the 13. Give him 4. Bring up 2nd and 6. And again, when they use that motion, Tony, you say it all the time, they got to give it to the motion man once in a while to keep the defense honest. In motion, Seeger this time. Instead, they give it to Taylor up the middle. Fights off a tackler to the 10. Falls forward inside the 10 to about the 9. 4 more yards for Sam Taylor to bring him 3rd and 2.
And that's what they do. They put the motion man in behind him that time, and then you have to respect it. You hand it off to Sam Taylor, and you get a helmet on a helmet with Eberly, Lyons, Smock, Summers, and Ferris up front doing their job.
3rd down 2, ball at the 9. It's actually about 1.5 yards here. Ritter, empty backfield. He's got Taylor to his right, option to the right. Dez is going to pitch it to Sam late. He's got some room, cuts inside at the 5, and pulled down short of the goal line, or just across the 5-yard line. Good tackle by Cameron Kiesel, sophomore defensive lineman, and a late flag comes out.
There's a flag on the play.
And that ball, when it came out in the end zone, the 1-yard line, it's a 1st down at the 5.
And St. X is pointing at Manuel.
And, boy, some guys bending over looking for some air on that Manuel side. Marcus Floyd, who was covering Garrett on the big pass, had his helmet up above his head there and was just trying to catch some
dead ball, unsportsmanlike, Johnny.
Unsportsmanlike. We'll move it to the 2.5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Tigers.
And you're correct. Blue, some of those guys are all holding, their hands are on their waist. You go right at them here and blow them out off the ball.
Ritter. He's got Taylor to his left and Blanco in front of Sam. Garrett and Meredith wide to the right. And Isaac Merritt in at fullback as well. Give it to Sam up the gut, close to the goal line. Did he get in?
Yes, he did.
He did. Touchdown, St. X Tigers. Sam Taylor officially from 3 yards out.
Well, that's what they did. They just kind of went to the right, just inside where Lyons was, and Ferris and Everly, and then Sam Taylor just puts his head down and gets that extra yard on his own, gets him behind your favorite guys, the Big Uglies, and Tigers lead 27-6. 6:56 left in the 3rd. Owen Johnson on it.
Tell me you called them the Big Uglies at dinner last night.
Nope.
Owen Johnson's kick is up and through. 28-6. Tigers, 6:56 to go, 3rd quarter. You're listening to the St. X Tiger football and watching it on Live Sportscaster and the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissig. Thank you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Bissig Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissig.com. The Bissig Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, Todd Powers. Another touchback and another trip down to Jim Brinkman. Impressive drive to open the half for the Tigers.
Yeah, would you mention at the commercial exactly how you want the second half to start? You know, we stopped them and then took it right down there, and you can see the body language changing on the Manual players.
Britt whirls to the right, wants to throw, in trouble, crosses the line of scrimmage, and not much more. He's tripped up. Chandler Simpson chased him down. Back to Jimmy. Talk about that body language for the Crimsons. A lot of heads down over there, especially before that touchdown even.
Yeah, I noticed it on the last drive for the quarterback, William Britt. Yeah, he just doesn't have the same pep as he did on the first half. The other thing too is the officials are from Northern Kentucky. I know a number of them. They are college officials, and they are being very quick, on setting the ball ready, and they're not taking anything at all for the personal fouls and unsportsmanlike either.
2nd and 2, handoff to Carter, running left, bounces off another tackler. Washburn trying to hang on to him. He won't get much, but boy, this kid still not down. As Stouffer slowed him down. Jack Daly was there as well. And Jim, don't forget to tell Tom Lane he's in your way down there.
Former play-by-play guy for the St. X Tigers.
Former Tiger play-by-play man, but they finally got smart and moved me up to the big chair.
That's what I was thinking.
6:22 to go. Clock still rolling. 3rd and 7 at their own 23 for the Crimsons, and it's almost do or die time now for Coach Scott Carmody.
Yeah, John, and I definitely put two guys out here with Jalen Carter right now.
Ballard left, but Carter on the wide side to the right. Shotgun for Britt. He's got Floyd back there with him. Wants to throw. Pumps. Now throws over the middle and well behind his intended receiver. That's the tight end, Neil Riddle. And again, Tony, into that wind, that ball just died, and it didn't have a lot of zip on it to begin with.
No, and I see what Jim's talking about. Britt's body language right now is not good. I mean, you're still in this football game. There's a lot of football game left. But that pass off his back foot, he just threw it, and it was like, wow. Now I just watched him after he threw it. He kind of just walked away. But now Tigers should get good field position again.
Nicholas Kopp in to kick it away. Cahalan standing near midfield. Ian Bent's a late addition as he came late onto the field for the Tigers. High, good kick. Fair catch by Cahalan at the 48. He takes it there. 29-yard kick. No return. And the Tigers will start at their own 48, 5:49 left third quarter. They lead it 28-6. And
keep doing what you're doing.
First 6 minutes of this half, Will Wolford couldn't have envisioned it better.
No, you're exactly right. That first drive, you get 2 stops, you get a touchdown. Now you have the ball at your own 48-yard line starting your drive. Second drive of the second half.
Ritter's got Garrett and Mueller to the left, Cahalan to the right. Cahalan in motion. Fake it to him, give it to Sam up the middle. Gets across midfield, fights his way down to the 47. Gain of 5 for Sam Taylor. And this defense, Tony, they look like they don't really want to tackle anybody anymore. They look worn out.
They do. And that offensive line, I know I talk about them a lot. They're getting off the ball and getting their blocks.
Second down, 5, ball in manual territory now at the 47. 2 to the left, Garrett to the right. Handoff Sam up the gut. Crosses the 45. He'll be spotted right there as he dove forward. Lost his balance. And I think the Tiger offensive coaches, Coach Nuremberg and those guys are saying, hey, they're wore out. Let's run it right at them.
Yeah, keep showing them different looks, run it, and then maybe just one time when you think you got them asleep, throw that little pass again.
Third down and 3. Sam in motion from right to left. Now they'll stop and look to the sideline. Garrett's to the right. Ben Mueller, Brewer, Cahalan to the left. Manuel showing blitz. They've got 5 at the line of scrimmage. Dez keeps it up the middle. First down and more. 40, 35, 30. He may go. Right sideline 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, St. X Tigers. Desmond Ritter from 45 yards out.
And, John, just like we said, Manuel just has kind of lost interest in a great fake. And all Dez did was tuck it. He got into the secondary, and he kicked it to the outside. And it's just a foot race, and he had the step. And the Tigers go up 34-6 with 4:36 left here in the third.
Smart move not taking the wind here in this quarter, I think.
I'm telling you, he knew what he was doing.
Owen Johnson, who will not be affected by the wind on a 20-yard extra point, will kick it up and through. It is 35-6 Tigers. Tony, we certainly expected the Tigers to play well tonight, but 35-6, didn't see that one coming.
Well, at halftime, Desmond Ritter had 108 yards rushing. He had thrown for 65 yards, and you can just add a bunch of numbers back on to Dez on his rushing tonight. And I'll get with Todd here in a second if he can give me what Dez has got on the ground tonight, because he's got a bunch now.
And Sam Taylor has been as effective as always. When a team is worn out, Tony, defensively, Sam Taylor is an unbelievable weapon.
Yeah, and when we know, and we give offensive line, everybody credit, Desmond Ritter, 10 carries for 158 yards. So 15 yards a carry for Dez, and that, once again, they break it, and they have just demoralized the Crimsons from Manuel tonight.
Here's an interesting score, Tony, from down at Bowling Green. The Purples with a 17-15 lead over Christian County. 4:02 second quarter, and we've seen that Bowling Green team. They are good.
Nobody's even competed with them.
And then this time Owen Johnson says, I'm not even going to let Jalen Carter catch it. I'm going to kick it to the back line of the end zone. 4th consecutive touchback, all kicking that way for Owen Johnson. Jim Brinkman, you talked about how demoralized they look. Well, a 45-yard run by Ritter can't help.
No, they can't. And then I do want to go back to the Bowling Green. I did that their quarterback has the highest quarterback rating quarterback in the nation. 72% completion ratio.
Well, you know what?
Good.
That's pretty good, but if they lose, it doesn't matter.
I don't care who you're throwing it to.
That's pretty good.
Britt back in there, quarterback. Actually, new man in there at quarterback. It is not Britt. Almost a fumbled snap. T gets the carry, and Peyton Mattingly in at linebacker makes the hit, and slow to get up Ryan Adams. He does get up. I think so. He got up quickly so he could stay in. Didn't want the coaches to know he took a ding, but here he comes out now. But Peyton Mattingly with a tackle that time, Tony. The new quarterback is Alex Conlon, sophomore. And perhaps the coaches saw what we saw, that William Britt may have just not be engaged in this game any longer.
You know, John, I was thinking it. I didn't really want to say it, but yeah. And you know what? Right now, you're looking for any kind of spark you can. And you know what? I just throw it out there at 11 and hope.
Gain of a yard for Teague on first down, 2nd and 9. Conlon in the shotgun. He's got one man back there with him. Throws to the left. It is caught by Carter. Tries to fight for the first down. He'll be brought down a little bit short of it. Eisert with a nice open field tackle on Jalen Carter. You don't get those very often. They'll actually give him the 30 and a first down. Terrible spot because Carter never got near the 30-yard line, but they're going to give it to him in a first down for Manuel.
Well, Conlon now is 4 for 7 on the year. And those 9 yards are his 9 yards.
Trying to keep you updated from Mayo. Mayo still with a 13-10 lead. They have begun the second half over there over PRP at the Durrett campus. Conlon will hand it off to Floyd up the middle. Got through Mattingly, but Jack Cronk was waiting there to make the hit along with Braden Washburn, so not much. Give him the 33, a gain of 3, and bring up 2nd and 7. 2:55 to go. Clock continues to run here in the third quarter. And the last 2 quarters have just been dominated by the St. X Tigers.
Max
3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 at the Manual 33-yard line.
You can say it, Tony.
Ben Shugart and
Mason Mormon.
Mason Mormon. I get confused.
Yeah, it's okay.
Getting old.
So some different Tigers in there on the defensive side of the football. 2nd down and 7. Handoff up the middle. Hit and dropped is John Riley. First carry of the game, and he took a shot. Daly gets up off the bottom. I believe it was Washburn that made the first hit on John Riley. No gain on the play. I give him a half a yard. It'll be 3rd and about 7.
And Benson Schaefer both coming in the game for the Tigers, too. Tigers playing it, like you said, playing a lot of different guys, mixing it up, not just running groups in, running different players in. And, you know, that you don't expect that late in the third quarter against the Crimsons. No. Tigers lead 35-6 out here.
Tanner Brown in at safety on 3rd down, and we'll call it 6 for the Crimsons. In motion is Carter. Conlon will hand it to him running right. Gets outside, across the 30 to the 35, pushed out of bounds, short of the first down. Good pursuit that time, and that is Jacob Stouffer again, Tony. He's been all over the field tonight.
And a Tiger, I won't say it is, got up, thought he was maybe blocked illegally and said something, and Coach Wolford and Coach Bruner both go grab him and take him aside because you can't do it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. 2 guys jump on you, hit you upside the head. You just walk away. You let the officials take care of it.
4th and 3, and the Crimsons will go from their own 37 with 1.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Conlon's under center. He's got the sophomore Robbins behind him, and he will give it to Robbins running left. He's got the first down and more across the 40. Trying to get outside. Jake Taylor hauls him down at about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. Good running from Aiden Robbins and a first down for the Crimsons.
They just go off the left side, and he bounces it, and it was actually, I mean, Tigers did not play it too bad, but good running by Robbins to get that ball to the outside, and now Manuel has the ball out to their own 49-yard line with 1:25 left here in the third. Tigers do lead 35-6.
Mayo now leads PRP 20-10. 3:30 to go in the third quarter over there, so 20 unanswered for the Bulldogs. Tigers hang on. They'll get the winner right here next week. Conlon hands it off right up the middle. Big hole for Riley, and bring him down from behind is Patrick Owen, sophomore linebacker. Short of the first down at the Tiger 42, but it's a gain of 9 for John Riley.
Well, that's a nice tackle by Owen because he was past him and had to get behind. There was some room to run the ball right there. And Trinity on their running clock tour of their the playoffs has beating up on Eastern over on Shelbyville Road.
Gain of 9.
That will be the last time we talk about that.
2nd and 1 for the Crimsons. We got 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. One receiver to the left. It's Ballard. Tight formation in the backfield. Conlon will pitch it to Robbins, and he's dropped in the backfield. Braden Washburn trips him up at the 46, maybe the 45-yard line, loss of 3. And that'll bring up third down and about 4. Third quarter will come to an end, 35-6. Tigers lead it. 12 minutes of football to play. You're listening to St. X High School football and watching live sportscaster on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hey, St. X fans. Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving this winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a train and nearly impossible to beat up to 48 months special financing from DFH on the industry's most reliable comfort systems from Train. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details. No more excuses. Call DFH 968-6222. Online dfhcompany.com.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. Fourth quarter ready to get underway. Manuel with the ball at the St. X 45, 3rd down and 4. Tigers lead it here 35-6. Conlon in a quarterback. Actually, Cosby's back in now in the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Running left, it's a reverse to Britt. He wants to throw, and he's got Carter. And a terrific interference play by Stouffer. We've talked about that, Tony. Stouffer was beat. If you're beat, 15 yards is a lot better than a touchdown.
Yeah, and that is a very smart play. A lot of people go, why did he knock him down? Well, he didn't want him to score a touchdown, and you can't tell when you're chasing a guy if he's going to catch it or not. You just make sure he doesn't catch it. Just a 15-yard penalty, be a first down and good field position for the Crimsons, but the Tigers do lead by 29.
I'm not a coach, Tony, but you got to pull that one out before it's 35-6. A nice-looking play.
It was, and Tigers did have guys back there, but the way they ran the play and Randy McCross, they were deep, but if he hits him, it's a foot race to the corner.
So the 15-yard penalty puts the ball at the St. X 30, 1st and 10 for the Crimsons. Conlon back under center, the sophomore. He'll hand it off to the second man through. Big hole for Marcus Floyd. He's across the 20, the 15, and tripped up by Stouffer. And Andrew Ewell's at about the 14-yard line. They'll spot him at the 15. It's a gain of 15, and 1st and 10 for Manuel. And this is their first trip inside the 20-yard line. Their touchdown came on a 26-yard pass.
Still have 11, like I said, 11:30 left in this ball game. So, weirder things have happened. But if you're the Tigers, you like your position.
One receiver each way. I backfield behind Conlon. They'll give Floyd another shot at it. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Falls, fights his way forward.
Ball carried by number 2, Marcus Floyd.
It is Jack Cronk,
Peyton Mattingly, and Ben Schugert.
Ben Schugert, one of the first ones there. Gain of about a yard to the 14, 2nd and 9.
Gain of 1 yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Beechwood leads Holy Cross 44-0. Actually, that's a final now. So the Cougars finished the season 7-5. Carter to the right, Ballard to the left on 2nd and 9. Conlon in the shotgun. Wants to throw. Just throws a little fade pattern for Carter, who goes up and gets it. Well, Netherton was back there, Tony. Looked like he had a beat on it, but Carter just stepped in front of him and caught it for the touchdown.
Well,
second of the night for Jalen Carter.
As a corner, you can't stand back and wait for the ball to come to you. You have to go get it, and when a guy like Jalen Carter's out there, that's what you got to do. But Tigers have to have help there quicker because everybody knew when he pulled that ball and he looked to pass it where he was going to throw it. But the best part for the Tigers is they have this cushion at 35-12.
Kopp, who missed his only other extra point attempt, will try it again here. kicks it up, and this one is good. It is 35-13 St. X. 10:34 to play. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
Planning an event for thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production and creative design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is filled with unique props, linens, dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
You're listening to the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Coverage of St. X High School football on 790 WKRD Louisville, an iHeart radio station.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, Todd Powers. As Manuel looks to kick off, the Tigers with only one guy back at about the 25-yard line. That's Brewer Cahalan, 10 up near where an onside kick would take place. Nicholas Kopp ready to kick it away for the Crimsons. The Tigers definitely expecting an onside kick here, and they will not get it, I don't believe. It's a little pooch.
That's what I would have done.
Going to bounce at the 30. Cahalan picks it up at the 27, and he's swarmed under right at the 30-yard line. So Tigers with a 1st and 10 at their own 30. Yeah, the play there, just kick it right over the coverage. Jim Brinkman, Jalen Carter, best thing about him, if you're a St. X fan, he's a senior.
Yeah, he was very impressive. Alan Donhoff and I just saw him release on the play before the touchdown, and he is just so extremely quick once you get up there next to him. I mean, last night I was doing a varsity scrimmage, but I tell you what, he is quick on quick.
Jack Albers in at quarterback for the Tigers here with 10:30 to play. 1st and 10, runs the option to the right. He'll keep it. Gets hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a couple out to the 32. Bring up a 2nd down and about 8. So the junior, Jack Albers, getting some minutes. Tony, you keep looking up at the scoreboard like you're wondering if it's a little early.
Well, I think it's the right play to keep the ball. You don't want your guy pitching it the first time, but
2nd and 8.
We'll see.
And the Tigers quickly to the line. I don't see a reason for that either. Time to take your time and let the clock be your friend as we just go under 10 minutes.
And that's what they're doing.
Yep. They backed off a couple times here. And Albers just looking at the back judge. He'll keep it as he faked it to Metzmeyer. Got across the 35, brought down a little bit short of the 1st down. At about the 38-yard line, will bring up 3rd down and 2. Keon Ferris in there on the tackle.
Clayton Sixon at center and Nick Kennedy. 2 guys that play a lot on that offensive line with the 3 of the other starters.
Actually, he got to the 39, so it's 3rd and 1. Manual with everybody at the line of scrimmage.
And Tigers being patient. Let the clock run.
Brett Metzmeyer, back from his injury in the backfield. Chase Collins, Addison Waddell to the right. And one receiver to the left. That's the sophomore Harkins. Give it to Metzmeyer. Off tackle, he's got some room. 45, 50, and tripped up by Marcus Floyd at about the 46-yard line. Gain of 15. I know the coaching staff really likes Brett Metzmeyer, Tony. He just hadn't been able to stay healthy this year.
You're right, John, and that's one thing. You know, you got to be healthy if you're going to run the football, and he has struggled this year with that. But Tigers run up like they're going to go quickly, and now take their time.
1st and 10. Jack Albers, the junior, 6'1", 160-pounder. Started the first 2 games of the year during the Ritter suspension. Give it to Metzmeyer, running left, hitting the backfield, fights off of it, crosses the 40, crosses the 30, and steps out of bounds. Last man there to knock him out of bounds was Bryce Cosby, excuse me. But not until Metzmeyer got down inside the 30 near the 25-yard line. And there's a Crimson down over on the Manual sideline. Tigers will come to the bench. But impressive run there for Metzmeyer, Tony.
Looks like a cramp, John, whoever it is. It looked like it was a 1. The first number was a 1. But
I think it's John Riley then, because I saw the 0.
All righty.
That's just good investigatory journalism there.
Yeah, so we're working together. Good team. But a nice job by Metzmeyer on those last few runs. He's carried, I was just looking at his numbers before that. He's only played in 4 games, carried it 25 times for 125 coming in, and he's looked good. We really, when we saw him play at the beginning of the year, thought he was going to be the guy with Sam Taylor all year long, but he's just been banged up all year. And good to see Brett Metzmeyer Jr., who the Tigers are going to look forward to next year, to carry the football.
18 yards on the carry that time from Metzmeyer. And, of course, another guy that you'll see at running back possibly as early as next week is Dominic Allgaier. We've been practicing all year. Transfer from Manual, but he'll be eligible next week. Here's Metzmeyer again, off right tackle. Makes a man miss. Hanging on for dear life that time was Jacob Bratcher, the defensive end, able to bring Metzmeyer down at the 23, a gain of 2. And actually a really good defensive play because it looked like Metzmeyer was going to have some room.
Oh, I saw it on Isaac Merritt, and boy, did he blow up a Manual defensive end.
And he's in there at the Blinko role right now.
6'2", 253 playing the H-back.
Metzmeyer alone in the backfield with Albers. 3 receivers to the left, and Harkins to the right. Albers takes the snap, faked it to Metzmeyer, kept it, running left. Cosby chases him at the 20, and he is brought down inside the 20 at about the 19. Ferris and Cosby combine on the tackle, but another good decision that time from Jack Albers.
It was, and that's the one you keep showing them that inside handoff, and then you just keep it, and if that defensive end or outside linebacker bites, you have room, and that's what happened.
Brings up 3rd and 4. Tigers in the green zone. Brought to you by the Eye Care Institute and Dr. Brennan Green.
Clock running down to about 7 minutes left in this football game.
Tigers in no hurry here offensively as Albers just watches the back judge. Hand goes up. He takes a snap. Fake it to Metzmeyer. Or actually he faked it to Chase Collins that time on the jet sweep. Got to the 16-yard line. Gain of 3. It'll bring up a 4th down and 1 for the Tigers. And they're going to send Owen Johnson and the field goal team in to try to tack on 3, which would all but put this one out of reach.
You're exactly right. That would make it 4 scores. Correct?
Yes.
Years of high school?
You're absolutely correct. Jack Cronk will snap it. Burr Cahalan will hold it. He'll put it down at about the 23-yard line. So a 33-yard field goal attempt here from Owen Johnson. And the hand is up in the backfield. They better call timeout. No, the hand's up now. Will they get it off? Yes, they will. Plenty of leg from Owen Johnson. And this one is no good. Pulled it to the left. 35-13 the score remains with 6:17 to play.
Question for you there. It gets down there. If Owen Johnson sees the referee raise his hand, do you think it speeds him up and maybe makes him pull the football?
Yeah, I think
at that point, might not have been a bad time to take a timeout. You got 3 of them. You hope you're not going to have to use them later anyway, and maybe reset yourself, give him a time. He might have missed it anyway, but yeah, that's a big score because, hey, as long as you got Jalen Carter on that side of the ball,
yeah,
there's still 6 minutes and 17 seconds left in this game.
35-13, Tigers lead it, and Manual takes over at their own 20 after the missed field goal, 1st and 10.
And I still think, John, they got to put 2 guys out here.
And now William Britt back in at quarterback. Takes a snap, straight drop, wants to throw it high and deep down the left sideline for Carter, and it is caught by Carter, and he's off to the races. Eisert had him, made a great play on the ball, but Carter just took it away and just went 80 yards for a touchdown.
And the safeties were ahead of the play. They were not back behind the play. The 2 guys in the middle came up on the play, and there should be 2 guys attached to him the whole time. That's the only way Manual can get back in this game. And now they just scored.
6:04 to play. And I'm certain you're going to see Desmond Ritter in the starting offense back in after an 80-yard catch and run from Jalen Carter. And Alex Conlon did his job. Go back, throw it up, give him a chance to catch it, and they'll go for 2 here. Under center is Britt. He's got Riley behind him. Wants to throw, rolls right, throws into the ground, incomplete. Terrific job that time by Chandler Simpson, who put the pressure on Britt. Tried to get it to Teague, but underthrew it. 35-19, we'll take a break. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Imagine flipping in the air on the Super Quad Bungee, running across the Big Baller Obstacle Course, or conquering Brutus, the Mechanical Bull. Christian family owned and operated, Louisville Inflatables specializes in school and church functions, festivals, and city fairs, offering inflatables of all shapes and sizes while being clean, safe, insured, and state inspected. Stop imagining and call 502-379-0876 or book online at LouisvilleInflatables.com, where laughter adds to life. Louisville Inflatables.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving another winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on new Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a train. Visit trainbiggame.com for your chance to win a $2,000 rebate. Call DFH 968-6222 for details, or visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. DFH.
Back at St. X, onside kick. Panthers have a shot at it, or excuse me, the Crimsons have a shot at it, but I think the Tigers came down with it because nobody over on that other side is celebrating.
I thought maybe you were doing Brent Musburger and watching the other game on that monitor.
I am watching the other game. Matthew Smith made the recovery.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
The Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 45. Good onside kick from Nick Kopp.
And with 10 minutes left over on the dirt campus at Male High School, Male leads PRP 20-17.
We thought it would be a good one, and it has. Seeger in motion. Give it to Taylor up the middle. Has some room, gets out to midfield and tackled there.
Ball carried by number 42.
The sophomore Robbins, playing both ways, made the tackle at midfield, but a gain of 5 for Sam Taylor.
And Andrew Eberle gets up, kind of moving his ankle, his leg around, and that's not what you want with your center.
Tigers look to go quickly. They don't.
They're not going to.
Did the Crimsons jump? They did. Boy, they called that quick count, and Will Sissel came across. He'll go over and take a seat. The last guy he wants to see right now is Coach Carmody.
Boy, that is the truth. You got to know that the Tigers are going to take their time. They do that. They've done it every time. They go up, look like they're going to go fast, call something, step back, watch the back judge, and then run the play.
It is 1st and 10 at the Manual 45 now. First down by penalty for the Tigers. Taylor in the backfield. Seeger, Meredith, and Garrett all back in at receiver. Blinko's the H-back. Ritter watching the back judge. Takes a snap. Fake it to Sam. Dez keeps it. Running right. Got some room on the edge. Needs to stay in bounds. He cuts it inside. 35-30. Makes a man miss, and he is gone. Touchdown, St. X Tigers. Des Ritter, the broken record again from 45 yards out.
Well, I was thinking when he was running, if you're going to stay in bounds, go down. Don't take a hit. But Desmond thought otherwise and decided he was going to ramble for a touchdown for the St. X Tigers, and I can relax after that last touchdown that I was very upset about. And the Tigers go up 41-19 with the extra point coming. 5:03 left in the game.
A nice little two-play, 55-yard drive there.
That's your favorite kind, aren't they?
Absolutely. Cahalan to hold it. Kick is up and through for Johnson. It's 42-19 Tigers. We'll take a break. You're watching and listening to St. X High School football on Live Sportscaster and the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Planning an event for thousands? At Events LLC, designers are available to provide custom production and creative design services to coordinate your perfect event. Hosting a smaller gathering? Try their rental, installation, and delivery services. Events LLC has everything needed to facilitate your next event. Their 66,000 square foot warehouse is filled with unique props, linens, dance floors, and anything else you can think of. Call 583-5007 or visit eventsllc.com.
The Courier-Journal's Thanksgiving newspaper will be stuffed with savings and will be available the day before Thanksgiving this year. The early edition, stuffed with Black Friday sale inserts, high-dollar savings, and the season's best gift ideas, will go on sale at retailers in Jefferson County, Clarksville, Jeffersonville, and New Albany on Wednesday, November 23rd. Get a jump on your holiday shopping and pick up the early edition of the Thanksgiving Courier-Journal.
Back at St. X, Owen Johnson. Let's see if he can kick one in the end zone into this win. Actually, he kicks a ground ball, keep it away from Carter. Nice play. Robbins picks it up. He's across the 35, cuts outside. Ball's on the ground. It's stripped and pile up at about the 38-yard line. Officials looking at each other. A little pushing and shoving coming out of that pile. Manuel able to retain possession. Aiden Robbins had it knocked out of there. Stouffer, I think, and Ryan Newts were there. One of those two got a hand on it to knock it loose, but the Crimson's able to recover it. 1st and 10 at their own 38. Jim, is there anything we can say that we haven't already said about Desmond Ritter tonight?
No, but I do want to pass on something that is the turning point of the game, and that is the Manuel ball boy was removed from his duties when it was 14-6, and it's been all St. X since then.
That's interesting.
That's some trivia.
I don't know what to do with that. Handoff to Floyd up the middle. Big hole. Has the 50. Has the first down to the 45 of St. X. And brought down from behind. Tanner Brown, Patrick Owen, Chandler Simpson all in on the tackle. But a big gain up the middle for Marcus Floyd.
I'm trying to keep up on the Male Bulldogs and the PRP Panthers over there. But, John, 11 carries for Desmond Ritter for 203 yards and 3 touchdowns. Sam Taylor went over 100 on his 18 carries. He's got 2 TDs, 1 rushing and 1 receiving.
Alex Conlon now back in at quarterback for the Crimsons. Handoff to Floyd up the middle. Has some room. Ewell's tried to bring him down from behind and finally did, but not until he got to the 39, a gain of 6. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Clock continues to run. 4:10 to play. 42-19. St. X with the lead.
And what are they going to do on this play? They're going to throw it up in the air to number 11. I don't even know what the formation is. That's what I would do.
Why not?
It's worked. And Izard's pointing at Mullabine going, he's over here.
Carter wide left. Ballard to the right. Conlon wants to throw the fade. High and deep for Carter. Izard out there on an island. Terrific play by Austin. Just kind of got in the way. And Carter went up with it. Mullaby was the safety heading that way. Got there a little bit late. And a good job by Austin Heiser, who I think just looked at the bench and pleading for some help.
Yeah, and I looked at Nick Mullaby, who's playing the safety next to him, and he's playing the guy running down the middle. Don't worry about the other guy. Tell the other safety to move into the middle of the field and tell Mullaby or whoever, you follow Jalen Carter. And I think that's what they're doing here. Everybody's going to that side of the field where Carter's at.
3rd and 4 for the Crimsons. Conlon under center. He's going to hand it off this time. Ball's on the ground. Fumbled by Robbins. He dives and hauls it back in at about the 42-yard line. And that's twice on the kickoff and then on this play that Robbins has put it on the ground, the sophomore. Loss on the play of about 2 yards. But that'll bring up a 4th and 6 for the Crimsons.
Oh, Robinson, 6'2", 208. He's really come on for him here late in the year. Had a big game last week, and he's a guy that is going to have to do a lot for this Manual program down the road. But, boy, the ball lays on the ground, and Connor Schaefer and I don't know who else was over. They didn't see the ball to the last minute, and Robbins goes and falls back on it.
3:05 to go. Clock continues to run. Crimson's trying to keep this drive alive on 4th and 6. Conlon in the shotgun. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Hey, imagine that, threw it to Carter right at the sticks, which is fine if you're the St. X Tigers. Don't let him get behind you. He's got the first down at the 31, gain of 10 on 4th and 6.
Well, you know what the corners are doing when he takes off running. They're taking off full speed, and I believe that's Austin Izard over there, and he took off running. He wasn't going to get beat deep, and they just broke the route off. But like you said, Tiger coaches are fine with that. 2:50 left in the football game.
1st and 10 for the Tigers, or for the Crimsons, excuse me. Alex Conlon, the sophomore, has played a lot here in the second half. They throw the high fade, looking for Carter, knocked away, and that time Tanner Brown got over there, Tony, and gave terrific help to Jake Taylor. And they just sort of made it a Jalen Carter sandwich, went up, knocked it away.
Yeah, and with Tanner Brown's height, if Jalen Carter's on one side, they should flip-flop the safeties, and his job should be to come over and help because he's got the size, height, to go up and get the ball with Jalen Carter. Now, nobody goes up and gets it with Jalen Carter, but he has more height than some of the guys that are playing corner.
Second down and 10. Conlon, shotgun. Throw over the middle, intended for the tight end, Neil Riddle. Just off of his hands, and Tigers had a shot at it. Ian Bentz was back there in the coverage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Actually, I like the play by Coach Carmody. Tigers defended it very well. They're using Carter as a decoy that time, trying to hit that safety spot where they think the safety is going to vacate. And, boy, we're down to 2:40 left in the game, and if you're a St. X fan, you just got to be on cloud nine.
3rd and 10. Conlon hands it off this time to Floyd up the middle, bounces it outside. He's going to get to the first down marker and be tackled inbounds by Tanner Brown. Across the 20 to about the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on the draw play. And Tigers, again, Tony, they're fine with that. Just don't throw it to Jalen Carter.
And John, the Creek did rise out in Fern Creek, 39 to 6.
Nothing. 39-0's what I got. But
I got 6 here.
Right. Win over Dixie Heights, so Fern Creek will advance to the quarterfinals of 5A. Covcath beat Doss 48-21, so the Dragons season ends. Conlon under center on first down. He'll hand it off to Floyd, running left. And a terrific tackle. I believe that is that Shugart, Tony?
I'm not sure, John.
92.
Yep, that's who it is.
Terrific job by Ben Shugart to just reach in and tackle Marcus Floyd from behind at about the 12-yard line. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
Over on the dirt campus with 6:40 left. Male scores and goes up 27-17.
Under 2 minutes left here at Brother Thomas More Stadium. Tripped up. Another great play. That time it was Jake Schoen, the defensive lineman, the junior, who got a hand on Floyd. He got to the 10. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Crimsons. A minute and a half to play. The Tigers will advance to the quarterfinals and have another home game here next week against the winner of that PRP Mayo game, as Tony just told you, Mail up 10 with under 7 minutes to play. Conlon, handoff up the middle. Teague, he's got the first down, dragging tacklers to the goal line and finally brought down short of it at about the 2-yard line. And Andrew Teague was just taking a whole pile of people with him.
He did. He took the linebackers with him who both had a hold of him, Patrick Owen, and Doug Schaffner. And then Austin Eisert had to come in and kind of lay the boom down. But we're under a minute here, and the Tigers are going to advance, even if the Crimsons put it in the end zone.
Peyton Manning limps off here. He's done a good job here tonight as well. Conlon hands it to Teague, and I believe he's in. Touchdown, Manual Crimsons, Andre Teague from 2 yards out with 37 seconds to play. So it's 42-25 now with the extra point to come.
And John, Coach Wolford, I don't care how many points the Crimsons. I know he's probably a little disappointed about the plays, the big plays to Carter, but Carter just makes those plays. And you know what? If you win by 1 point or you win by 50, it doesn't matter anymore. So Tigers, 37 seconds left, the extra point coming.
Alan Pasqua will hold it for Nicholas Kopp. He's 1 for 2 on extra points tonight. High snap. They get it down, kicks it up and through. 42-26. Tigers lead it. We'll take a break. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissing Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hey, St. X fans. Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd. I want to tell Jim Brinkman it's pretty cold out there, but we want to hear from Coach Wolford, so hang on. Hang down there for a little bit longer. All right, Jimmy. All right, Tigers set up, looking for an onside kick again here. 42-26, St. X with the lead, 37.7 seconds to play. Kopp boots it away down the left side, hits at the 20 and rolls out of bounds, I think. Yeah, at the 8-yard line. Tigers were surrounding it to make sure the Crimsons didn't run down and jump on it. But the flag comes out, and St. X will start at the 35. And I would imagine you're just going to see Jack Albers take a knee here with 37. I don't know how 5/10 ran off there because nobody touched the football, but that's called a home field advantage.
And the home field advantage will stay, like you said, for next week, too. We get the friendly confines of Brother Thomas More Stadium and Paul M. Young Field, and that makes us happy, and it makes the team happy.
Well, you knew if you kept winning, you were going to have a home game 3 straight weeks, and as Albers takes a knee, that's exactly what's going to happen.
29 straight, unfortunately, for the Crimsons.
Yeah, 29 straight wins for St. X. 1993, the last time the Manual Crimsons beat the St. X Tigers. It was a very close first quarter, but Tigers dominated the middle part of this football game, Tony.
They did, John, and Desmond Ritter with a phenomenal game of over 200 yards rushing. Sam Taylor with his normal workman effort to get the 100. So Tigers doing a great job.
We'll take a break, come back with the Eye Care Institute post-game report, including some words from Coach Will Wolford. Tigers win it 42-26. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
You've been listening to the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy. This season's live play-by-play coverage is sponsored by Hershey's Candy. Make every day a little sweeter when you pick up your favorite Hershey's Candy at any Kroger store. The Eye Care Institute. Call St. X grad Dr. Brennan Green at 589-1500 or visit the website at eyecareinstitute.com. Nights Travel. Fly by nights. It's the best way to travel. Courier Journal. The Courier Journal, now with expanded high school sports coverage Sundays in print and at courierjournal.com. DFH. Call Don, Chris, or Alex Hinkabine at 968-6222 for all heating and cooling needs. St. X High School. Learn more at stx.com or call 502-637-4712. St. X High School. This is where you start. Events LLC. Custom designs uniquely tailored to your event. From setup to takedown, we'll make your event extraordinary. Bissig Impact Group. Integrated, innovative marketing. Don't go away. The Eye Care Institute post-game wrap-up is next on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Brought to you by Hershey's Candy.
I'm Chris Burke, former major leaguer and St. X class of 1998. I'm Pat Lampton, chief engineer at NASA and member of St. X class of 1983.
My name is Carl Ellsworth, screenwriter of The New Gremlins, and I'm also a member of St. X's class of 1990.
Whether it's launching series-winning home runs or vessels bound for outer space, successful careers take off at St. X High School. Visit stx.com to learn more. St. X, this is where you start.
Serving the Louisville area for over 40 years, Jefferson Special Police has become one of Louisville's largest contract security firms, providing a full range of services. From unarmed guards, T-shirt security, crowd control, to ticket takers, ushers, and valet parking attendants. No event is too big or too small. Jefferson Special Police can handle it all. For more information, contact Jefferson Special Police at 502-361-1285 or visit us online at jeffersonspecial.com.
Imagine flipping in the air on the Super Quad Bungee, running across the Big Baller Obstacle Course, or conquering Brutus, the Mechanical Bull. Christian family owned and operated, Louisville Inflatables specializes in school and church functions, festivals, and city fairs, offering inflatables of all shapes and sizes while being clean, safe, insured, and state inspected. Stop imagining and call 502-379-0876 or book online at LouisvilleInflatables.com, where laughter adds to life. Louisville Inflatables.
When you're not cheering on your favorite team and you're ready to tackle that large job or weekend project, Sunbelt Rentals has the equipment you need. From hand tools to excavators, we've got you covered. And with more than 525 locations, we're sure to have one convenient to you. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or contractor, you can rely on the experts at Sunbelt Rentals. Call 1-800-NO-SWEAT or visit sunbeltrentals.com for a location nearest you. So what are you waiting for? Get it done. Rent it now.
The Courier-Journal's Thanksgiving newspaper will be stuffed with savings and will be available the day before Thanksgiving this year. The early edition, stuffed with Black Friday sale inserts, high dollar savings, and the season's best gift ideas, will go on sale at retailers in Jefferson County, Clarksville, Jeffersonville, and New Albany on Wednesday, November 23rd. Get a jump on your holiday shopping and pick up the early edition of the Thanksgiving Courier-Journal.
Back at St. X, John Spears, Tony Burke, Jim Brinkman, and Todd Powers here on the Eye Care Institute post-game report. And Coach Will Wolford has dispatched his team to the locker room, and he is hanging out with our own Jim Brinkman. Jimmy?
Coach, a big 42-26 win. Your impressions?
We played about as well as we could. I mean, when it's 35-6, I was very pleased, especially the second half, because we knew, they're a good ball club. They have talent everywhere. And to go ahead and kind of put them away at the beginning of the third quarter, that was really, really nice.
You mentioned about the talent of Manuel. You had a quarterback run for 201 yards unofficially and 101 yards from your running back. Pretty good players on the St. X side, too.
No question about it. Desmond is a D1 prospect. Those kind of Jimmies and Joes make the X-Nose go. He is special, but Sam runs really hard, and I think they get tired of tackling him after a while. And the line played physical up front. I mean, we knew, we were going to play a very physical football game, but we knew we had to play smarter than we did last time. It took us a while last time to get going against him, and I think we did that in all phases.
Over on Preston Highway, it's 27-7. 17.
27-24.
27-24 just updated. So still time, left in that game. You get Allgaier back for the very first time. What's your impression for next week and maybe using him?
Well, Dominic was sick the entire week, so it's good he wasn't eligible this week. But he's back now, and hopefully he's over that. And he's a good player. The PRP male score does not surprise our coaching staff because those are two physical teams. Whoever it is, at least they're coming here.
Okay. All right. Good luck, Coach. 42-26. St. X advances to play Week 3 of the playoffs.
Thank you, Jimmy. And we will take one more break, come back, wrap things up. Tigers win it tonight over Manual, round 2, 42-26. You're listening to St. X High School football on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network.
Living with an old furnace can be stressful. You never know when it'll finally give out. Don't roll the dice on your furnace surviving this winter. Take advantage of DFH Heating and Cooling's fall deal on Train comfort systems. It's hard to stop a Train and nearly impossible to beat up to 48-month special financing from DFH on the industry's most reliable comfort systems from Train. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details. No more excuses. Call DFH 968-6222. Online DFHcompany.com.
Hey, St. X fans! Want to learn more about how your eyes work? It's time you visit the Eye Care Institute. Again this year, Dr. Brennan Green has been named a top doc by Louisville Magazine. Dr. Green and the doctors at the Eye Care Institute can meet all your vision needs. For more information or to schedule an appointment with Dr. Green at the Eye Care Institute, visit eyecareinstitute.com or call 589-1500. That's 589-1500.
Does a Caribbean cruise sound like your kind of getaway? Are you dreaming of a relaxing weekend in the mountains? Whatever your style, Knights Travel is a full-service agency that can meet all your travel planning needs. Whether it's for business or pleasure, call St. X alum Lou Conkling or Kaylin Ryback. They'll get you there at a great low cost. Call Kaylin at 292-4749 or Lou at 292-4750. Fly by Nights, it's the best way to travel.
Season after season, Hershey's has the most talked about team of sweet treats. From the all-star combination of chocolate and peanut butter in a Reese's cup to the delicious flavor of the milk chocolate bar that started it all, Hershey's brings its best to every game. Hershey's is proud to be a sponsor of Jefferson County High School sports on the Bissig Impact Sports Radio Network. Stop by your nearest Kroger today and pick up your favorite Hershey's treat and find out why Hershey's and high school sports are the perfect match.
You're listening to the Bissek Impact Sports Radio Network. Coverage of St. X High School football on 790 WKRD Louisville, an iHeart radio station.
Back at St. X, John, Tony, Jim, and Todd, 42-26. Tigers victorious tonight. Desmond Ritter, 3 touchdowns rushing, the shortest of which was 33 yards. 2 touchdowns passing tonight. And if he plays like that, Tony, this is going to be Tiger's going to be a tough out.
He sure is. 8 for 19 throwing the ball. And you made a good point. A couple of the balls weren't caught. So 86 yards. But here's the big number: 11 carries for 203 yards for Desmond Ritter. And then you add Sam Taylor doing, like Coach Wolford said, doing his job of pounding them with 18 carries for 101. So 304 yards from the big two in the Tiger backfield. But, John, here's some numbers for you. St. X, 58 plays for 448 total yards. Manuel, 63 for 346. Jalen Carter had 7 catches for 149 yards. So a big night by the St. X offense. Defense played very well. The touchdowns that Manuel had later in the game were just throwing it up to Jalen Carter. But Tigers advance, and that's the whole key, and they get to play at home next Friday night.
And with 2.5 minutes left over on the old Durrett campus, Mayo just got a first down. They've got the ball with a 3-point lead over Pleasure Ridge Park. So barring anything crazy, the Bulldogs all likely will hang on. It'll be Mayo and St. X in a rematch for the regional championship and a spot in the Final Four next week.
Yeah, and, it's where you want to be. I know Coach Wolford feels good. In Muhlenberg County, these kind of throw that game out. That game was just not competitive. But you play a really good Manual team here tonight, and you're playing your second-string guys in the fourth quarter. Now, I know Manual scored, but you got to feel good. You played a lot of guys tonight. You kept, hopefully, everybody healthy, and you get back up, and you think the season's still going, and that's the whole key.
And we will be back at it next week, 7:05 pregame.
Back on the radio.
Back on the radio. Our buddies from Live Sportscast. We do want to thank Tim and Matt tonight for taking care of us, at least getting us on a format tonight. And
they're here all the time with us, too. They do a great job.
Great job by those guys tonight, and we certainly appreciate everything Live Sportscaster has done for us throughout all our home games this year, especially tonight. I want to thank Tim and Matt. I want to thank Todd Powers on stats tonight. Jim Brinkman down on the field. A little cold down there, wasn't it, Jimmy? He's just still shivering. Tony Burke on color. This is John Spears saying so long from Brother Thomas More Stadium. Final score here once again tonight, St. X 42, Manual 26. You've been watching and listening to St. X High School football on Live Sportscaster and the Bissek Impact Sports Radio Network.
Hello, everybody. This is Larry Bissey. Thank you for listening to our live coverage of Jefferson County High School football featuring the St. X Tigers on the Bissek Impact Sports Radio Network. And don't forget to tune in on Sundays to the Cincinnati Bengals. Check the paper for game times and station. Tonight's broadcast is just one of a wide range of marketing communication services the Bissek Impact Group uses to deliver bottom-line results for our clients. Call us today at 583-0333 or visit Bissek.com. The Bissek Impact Group. Integrative, innovative marketing.
You've been listening to the Eye Care Institute post-game wrap-up. Check the Courier-Journal sports section for next week's game time. Then, tune in for live coverage of the St. X Tigers and Jefferson County High School football on the Bissek Impact Sports Radio Network, brought to you by Hershey's Candy.